All right, and welcome to the Gamma Quadrant. We are here tonight for our first mission for the new crew. You guys are going to be in for a real treat tonight. So first and foremost, a couple of quick disclaimers. This is an adult show featuring adult language spoken by adults, question mark. So if that offends you or you find yourself easily offended in any other way, you know, we won't mind. You know, we'd love for you to stick around, but, you know, we understand. So, for those of you that joined us in our session 0 last week, you guys got a taste of the characters. You'll see them right over there, scrolling in the character card. But as we get in, they'll all get the chance to introduce their characters and something special about them. So, without further ado, what I'd like to do now is kick us over to our crew. All right, crew. How is everybody this evening?
Greetings.
Doing great.
All right. So, welcome. Hey, Drake. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. So let's start off, with our intrepid captain, Captain Malik. JT, why don't you go ahead and introduce your character?
How you doing? I'm JT. I'll be playing Captain Malik. He's one of those smooth-talking, pretty boy captains that's just kind of getting his feet wet in this big world. So gathered his crew, handpicked, and we'll see where it takes us.
Sounds good. Brayden, why don't you go ahead and introduce Rybax?
Rybax is a powerful Yeti in the physical sense. He is a little more reserved right now, like something's been bugging him, and he is serving as the cook / logistics officer.
Sounds good. Daystar, why don't you let everybody know what's going on with Daystar Bad?
Hi everybody, I'm Daystar Bad, and I'm going to be playing Beatbox 9000. He's the resident DJ. He is an android who hates people, but he can't kill them because he's programmed against it. So he likes to watch people die, but he can't do anything about it. So that kind of pisses him off. So he's a trash talker, and you're going to see a lot of that, hopefully, tonight.
Awesome. Can't wait. T Prime, go ahead. Why don't you let us know about T Prime?
Greetings, my name is T Prime. I'm a security officer human, rough and tumble ready, looking always for action, prepared at all times, martial arts expert. Snuck my way on board. Captain found me in the hold as a stowaway. No, just kidding. I'm here, and my job is really protecting everyone, except that robot.
Sounds good. Now, I don't know how to pronounce your name correctly, so I'll just kick it over to you. Kadura?
Kadura, yeah. Kadura acts as the ship's engineer and pilot and gunner and kind of all-around repairman, handyman. He's a Kalian, which is a humanoid with 4 arms, and he's going to need every single one of them. He's got both a gift for technology and a tendency to talk back to tiresome authority figures. But he does care very fiercely about those he considers friends.
Awesome. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So you guys are all, you all receive your orders after basic training. And you're all ordered to report to JLF 202, which is a JLF series or a light freighter series, model 202, which is the ship you guys are going to be assigned to. You guys also know that, typically when a new crew takes control of a ship, they actually strip away the name of the previous ship. And so you guys are free to name your vessel whatever you want. Now, I've heard a few names get kicked around. This may not be the ship that you ultimately, end the campaign with, but this is the vessel that you're first provided by Jump Corps. So You guys have any concepts, thoughts, anything? I'll even open it up to the chat. Anybody in the chat want to throw in some suggestions? Let's go ahead and name that ship.
I like the name Beatbox 9000.
Well, what does it look like?
So, so it's a light freighter. Basically, it's designed for a crew of 5 or 6. We have a recommendation from the chat, ID 10T 1.0. Well received, Hard Bushido.
ID 10T5. There are 5 of us.
Yeah. So there are. It's designed for a crew of 5 or 6. So it has, sleeping quarters individually for each of you. Hey, Catalyst, welcome to the stream, man. Great to have you. So it's got sleeping quarters for 5 or 6 crew. Right now, the 6th crew quarter is currently used as kind of a storeroom. But maybe at some point in the future, we make use of that. But other than that, it's got a typical complement. It is not a gunship. It is a freighter. But it does have the ability to protect itself, and we'll talk about the complement of the ship here in a little bit. But primarily, it's designed for, hauling freight and understanding that your primary responsibility is going to be, deploying these beacons and traveling to different areas of unexplored space. It is a pretty fitting ship for the task.
So we're not talking a very sleek-looking vehicle.
No, it's by no means
pick
a
up your girlfriend.
No, it's not a chick magnet. It's it is a service vehicle, a service vessel, and so we have another recommendation: the SS Lunacy, as well as the Star Song. So the Star Song and the SS Lunacy are coming from the chat.
Oh man, like Luna-C?
It
can be
lunar, yeah, like something lunar. We need to play that in there, but I'm totally for puns.
Okay.
SS Lunars. Maybe.
Oh, your voice went out.
Oh, it did.
Sorry, we don't have to answer the question right now, but by the time we get a little bit further along, it'd be great if we wound up with a name.
For now, our
SS Dawn
license
Star.
plate totally says ID 10T5.
Yes. No. 100%. Yeah.
The serial number, regardless of what we call it, that's just the serial number.
Right. The VIN.
Right.
Under like the captain's chair or whatever it is, little thing in the air.
Perfect. All right, so you guys are on board. You take your respective places. You get your staterooms in order, and report to the bridge. So I guess what I'd like to do is just I know we talked about the characters just for the purpose of kind of moving things along a little bit, right? You guys are familiar with each other. Through your training, you've been assembled. So actually, I'll kick it over to Captain Malik. Captain Malik, you had the option to pick your crew, and you picked this group. Can you give me a little bit of insight as to why, each of these particular characters were selected for your crew?
Sure. Yeah. So basically, just watching them during their essential boot camp, basically recruitment, they displayed some sort of character that I liked about them, whether it's standing up for someone that was getting bullied, or even the disrespect toward the authority figures. As long as the authority figures are making really dumb decisions, I liked that. I wanted someone that, if I made a dumb decision, would stand up to me. So that's why I went with Kadora. For T Prime, he basically was he's a bit of a martial artist, but whenever I witnessed him going after, or not going after, but when some people went after him, he only used just enough force to stop the encounter. And even though he easily could have and even gotten away with being much more crueler, he didn't. He ended the situation and stopped, so I appreciated that. The Yeti has a little bit of a backstory, but he was kind of being shunned by other pilots, other captains, and I figured that'd be an excellent strength to have on board, literally. And the obese robot was not fitting in some of the other newer, slicker ships, I don't think. So figured it was a
Physically,
good.
wasn't fitting in.
Yeah.
Freighter-esque.
Right. So actually, when to that point, not to cut you off, but when Daystar boarded the ship, some members of the flight crew had to crowbar him, through the door. And
We have a lift.
Yeah. So you think he's gonna make a couple of quick modifications while you're underway to make sure that boarding and offboarding are a relatively smooth process. And that what I'm talking about is he's gonna just grease himself up before he goes through the door.
Groundskeeper Willie over here.
He's just gonna sweat
There you
Oh
go.
God.
the oil.
All right, cool. So
That was fun.
so you guys, you guys get clearance. So you guys are currently at what's referred to as Luna Bravo Station, and Luna Bravo Station is basically an adjunct center to Jump Corp operations in the Alpha Quadrant, which is where Earth is. And you guys are given clearance by the center master, the equivalent of the harbor master, for Luna Bravo Station to debark. So, is there anything that you need to do before we leave Luna Bravo?
Yes. We're all at the bridge area.
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
I'll pull out a little bottle of scotch, aged well. Say cheers. Pull out 3 glasses. I don't know what to get you, Daystar. Daystar bad.
10 to be 40.
Yep. So I'll pour a little shot. Even though the air traffic controller might be like hurrying us to get on, we're gonna take our moment here and enjoy this. So
So you guys have
to ID10T crew.
there you go. So you guys have standing orders to head to the Gamma Quadrant because you're going to be installing some new beacons in the Gamma Quadrant, and so as a result, there's going to be some travel time there. So so that is your current kind of order sheet. Your order sheet says, proceed to Gamma Seda, which is the name of a planet in the Gamma Quadrant, and deploy a beacon. So that is those are your orders at this point. So if there's no further ado, we can go ahead and push off.
Are you ready, Captain? I can hit a target the size of the head of a pin.
Make it so.
Beep boop beep. I'm making noises at the same time at my actual character.
Right. Exactly.
All right, so we are aboard. We are getting ready to push back, and so the engines spin up, and you push back from the gate, and
Just the rearview mirror.
yep. So.
Safety first.
So as you kind of head back, you're making your way to. So typically, when you have a station, you don't jump right at a station. There's a staging area where different ships kind of line up to get ready to jump. So you kind of get in line, just like you can imagine like an airport, right? You kind of taxi your way over to where the jump point is. And so as you make your way over to the taxi point, a message comes through the comms, and you hear a beeping sound as a light on your indicator lights up, indicating that you've got an incoming communication.
Incoming communication, Captain.
Put it on the screen.
Do we have it like audio only?
Yeah, I don't know. Do we have a comm officer?
No, so there's a...
T-Prime?
I'll take it. Oh, yeah, it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's a holographic communication station that is in the bridge. And so as you indicate that you want to receive the message on the holo station, the hologram appears, right? And and the person on the in the hologram, or the person that is the hologram, you remember, or you identify him as Procurator Beck. And he greets you. He says, "Greetings, team. We have a problem in the Omicron star system, and you're the closest asset. All of our other assets have already deployed, and you're still at Luna Bravo. We've lost communication with our research team on a planet called Tomb, and need immediate eyes dirt side. There were no known threats in the system. With luck, it's just failed equipment. But we value our personnel. Get to Tomb and find the lead researcher, Dr. Emil Zarin, and secure him and his research. If Dr. Zarin is either deceased or cannot be found, it is most crucial that you recover his data and any artifacts he may be studying at all costs. Once secured, reply with a standard secure communique and all relevant information. Mission data follows." And he shares with you, he transfers over a mission data document, which you guys should be seeing on your screen here, which will give you a little bit of information on Omicron, the planet that you're headed to, a planet called Tomb, and some other information about what Dr. Zarin was researching. With that, he closes. "Please make haste. The distress signal was urgent in nature. Procurator Beck out," and the hologram disappears.
Is there any way to get to that distress signal? Is it linked in as far as what he actually received from the research team?
He does not provide it.
Okay. And I'm assuming this guy has the authority to change our orders. You said we know him and recognize him.
Yeah, no, you recognize him. He's basically the Alpha Quadrant kind of admiral. And he is responsible for for just kind of general mission intelligence. And he does, if he's asking you to do something, you can presume it was approved.
Sure. Okay. Well, it looks like our orders have changed, fellas.
Captain, might I advise a little bit of caution going to a planet called Tomb?
And bring some... We'll need cold weather gear.
Oh, we wouldn't expect hostile forces.
I'll go get my red shirt.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, right.
frail and anemic, so I might need like a little personal heater or something like that.
Like a Yeti?
Yeah, can I just bury myself
I'm
in
going to
your
go
fur?
ahead and kick over to the Fantasy Ground screen so I can share the Tomb image for those following at home here, so they can get the same intel you guys are getting.
Sorry, could you share that info sheet again, the stuff that had some info about Tomb and whatever?
Yes, I can.
Sorry about that. Thank you.
All right, so there we go. Actually, let me just fix something here. Looks like David decided to go small on me real quick, but I've got him. There we go. All right, David, you are fixed. All right, cool. So those are your orders. Anything anybody needs to do before we engage the hyperdrive and head to Omicron? So you have the beacon coordinates for Omicron. It's a well-known region, and the planet Tomb is, is an area that there has been a research station on Tomb for quite some time.
Yep.
All right. I'll punch in the coordinates and we'll head off.
All right. So. Okay. So we're going to make our way to Tomb. So it is a short distance. A swift and a relatively uneventful trip later, your ship arrives in high orbit around the planet Tomb. The world below is dark, non-reflective gray, obscured by what sensors say are thick clouds of blowing dust. Sensors also indicate low levels of background radiation within tolerable levels and no detectable significant flora, fauna, or indigenous settlements. A lonely navigation beacon flashes from what must be the Jump Corp research station. A distress signal was issued about 8 standard days ago, but is accompanied by no details. So you guys are currently in high orbit around the planet Tomb.
What time of day is it at the location of the beacon? Planet side.
It is about roughly equivalent to 0800. So it is early.
There's a beacon on the research station. Did you say it was a distress beacon, even though it has no details, just sort of flashing distress?
Standard distress signal.
Yeah.
What's the weather like down there at this moment? I see this planet as fairly
weather-wise, it's relatively cold. It's about 30 degrees Fahrenheit. It happens to be the summer season. For the area where the research station is. So it's, relatively warm, all things considered. But you guys, you're definitely going to want to wear, warmer clothing, should you set down. The atmosphere is breathable. So you won't necessarily need to be wearing spacesuits the whole time. You can wear your suits, but you won't necessarily need breathing apparatus.
Good.
Do the suits have good temperature control then, or?
Yeah. I mean, so what they do is they create, it's almost like a dry suit for a diver. So they create like an insulation layer between you, and your body heat actually insulates the inside of the suit.
Okay.
So anything you guys want to do from orbit?
Nuke it.
No.
Okay.
Any other traffic any other ships in the area?
No. So right now you're not picking anything up on short range sensors. Long range sensors would take a while, but short range sensors aren't showing any other traffic, and there doesn't seem to be any surface activity.
Okay, so can we, you said we can or cannot scan for life?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, you can.
I'll run a scan.
Okay. Let's see.
Just try to analyze some of the raw data I'm getting back, see if I can get any clues about what's going on.
Sure. So when you scan, you indicate no life detected on the surface. You detect no movement on the surface, and visual scans reveal visual scans of the research station indicate that there are 3 buildings, and as your sensor or as your visual sensors zoom in, you can see that it looks like the doors to the different buildings are either open or have been blasted off. They're not visible. Like they're open. Each of the buildings is open, which, your training would indicate, they typically leave the building doors closed when, not, especially if it's 30 degrees outside.
Are there large buildings? Or are there like entryways? Can you tell? Like, is just anything like maybe it's an underground facility?
So the research station is made up of 3 buildings. What looks like a lab of some kind, a barracks, and a hangar.
Okay, so that's above ground. Then.
As I mentioned, all the doors to all the buildings are open or hanging off the hinges, as if blown open by small explosives.
I'll relay this information to the captain.
It doesn't seem to be just research equipment malfunctioning as the cause of the lack of communications.
Talk about a malfunction.
Yep.
Well,
Right,
I mean,
I'll send a message.
If all 3 buildings, you know, the hangar and the barracks, I mean, the barracks doors being blown open are the most strange, right? So, you know, maybe the lab, somebody mixed 2 things they shouldn't have mixed. The hangar, some fuel exploded, whatever, something happened. But the barracks doesn't make sense. Why would the barracks door be blown off?
I'll send a message back to whoever's command and control for us, back to Jump Corps, saying that we've arrived on station at this date time, and that we are going to go from high orbit down to the surface area shortly.
Okay. So transit time for a message during this, you know, at this distance, you know, you'd probably expect a reply back within, you know, about an hour. Just
Not waiting for a reply, just a informative message
Sure.
that we've
Got it.
arrived and we're going down.
Yep, it's been sent.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, anything you want to do before we head down to the surface? Is there any remarkable like geography around this area? Cave systems and stuff. I see that there's the reason they call it tomb is because there's a bunch of essentially tombs buried beneath the surface. Is there like a definite entrance that this research place was using that we can tell from up here?
Not from the surface. I mean, you can
Okay.
see what look like cave mouths at various points. You know, but you know, it's possible that one of the facilities was built around, you know, one of these vaults. But having never been here, no, I mean, there's nothing that's visible that says, oh, yeah, there it is. That's where, you know, that's whatever they were researching.
It's deaders.
Wonder why they even needed to have a barracks in the first place. Maybe there's already something dangerous here and it's fighting back.
They're just sleeping quarters.
Yeah.
True.
So there
I'm
was
thinking Age of Empires.
there was a security attaché assigned to Dr. Zarin. And so, you know, and then you also know that, you know, security will go in cycles, you know, so they'll go like 4 on, 4 off, right? So a crew will come out, they'll be there for 4 weeks, they'll turn over, and then another crew will come in. But, you know, it's not unusual to have a security barracks, you know, at a research station like this.
All right, well, we're not gonna solve it from up here.
I'll take her in.
All right.
All right.
Prep a landing.
Put, 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 put.
While he's doing that, we'll go get the rest of us. We get geared up.
Okay.
Get our rifles and armor on.
All right. So if there's anything else you need to do before we land, we're on our final approach. Is everybody going to exit the ship when we arrive?
I don't know, it's kind of cold. Alright, you talk me into it, I'll do it.
1 second, guys. I mean, I'll go. We should leave the robot behind, though.
Oh, please. I'm willing to stay behind in this nice, cozy ship while you face your adventures. Keeping my red shirt on, though.
All right, so I'm going to share with you the research-based map. You guys will see it here in a second. You might need to zoom in. Your characters will be kind of small. So the buildings you can see are kind of outlined by the area that's blocked out. So the area to the north appears to be the barracks. The area to the east, southeast, or just straight east, appears to be the hangar, and then the lab is to the northeast.
Okay. Barracks, hangar, lab. Should check the barracks first.
I agree.
Okay, so you guys should be able to move your characters around. Just go ahead and check and make sure you can move your characters. There you go.
Captain, my captain, please stay behind me.
Deal. And I snuggle up to his warm fur.
I will
can
also
scout
stay
ahead.
behind him.
I'd like to.
You'll fit. Go
Sorry about
away.
that, guys.
Stealthily, I can get to this edge of this building.
The
Doing-
edge of what building? So that's the.
I mean, this circular
so
pattern, and is this the landing
circular-
pad?
Yeah, that's the landing pad.
Okay,
So,
got it.
you know, so the shuttle that you take down lands you there. I just didn't have a shuttle token, so
Not
no
a problem.
shuttle.
So we don't see anything other than these buildings and the damage done to them.
No, so so you just see the buildings. You see the doors blown off,
Mhm.
but you know you don't see anything really unusual from the surface, at least from this distance. When you get closer to some of the buildings, you might be able to get a better look at them.
Further details.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Alright.
All right, guys. We'll head to the barracks. If that's the case. I assume this is all open ground.
Yeah, it's open ground. It's like a gray stone. The lighter colored paths are just a
Yeah.
finer ground stone. The darker colored paths or the dark colored area is just a little bit rockier. It's harder terrain, right? So,
Okay.
so to make it easier on folks moving between the station, they brought in an excavator to just grind the stone and create some paths.
Is there any cover or anything available for this terrain?
Not really. I mean, it's pretty well wide open. There aren't large features in this area.
Okay.
It's relatively flat. It's flat, for a reason. They picked this area because they were going to be laying buildings. So it's pretty much flat and open with, the only difference being like the darker colored areas are kind of like more rocky.
Right, but I was just making sure. Works both ways. Nothing for us, nothing for them either.
Right.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to proceed, obviously looking, but listening as best I can, and head to the hangar at my best pace.
And I'll motion Rybex to kind of pace with him, but I'm going to keep an eye out looking at the hangar
So
that is southeast.
the entry door is where that green arrow is that I just drew. So that's where the entry is.
I'll approach that corner of the building
There's
unless
also
I see something.
There's also an entryway around the back. This is a shotgun style building, so it's basically front door, back door wide open. All right, so why don't you go ahead and give me our first roll of the night? Why don't you go ahead and give me a notice roll, T Prime?
Yes, sir. Get that character over here. Notice roll. No. Or do you want that in the tower, sir?
No, don't need it in the tower. It's okay. So,
Sorry, I
I
should
mean,
ask.
aside from the stuff that you noticed from the surface, you don't necessarily pick up on anything unusual as you peek around the corner.
You do know of my edges, correct, sir?
Yes, but let me just double check just so that I remind myself. Yeah, no, you're fine. So there's nothing, no spider senses tingling at this point.
It's as I so called it.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Okay.
So, so yeah, you peek around the you peek around the outside, and you don't really see anything. I mean, you know, again, you see the door kind of hanging off its hinges, and you know, as the breeze blows, you know, there's a you know, a periodic bang bang, you know, as the wind kind of shudders it back and forth, but nothing else really out of the ordinary.
All right. From this vantage point, my laser blaster rifle. Sorry, redundant. Blaster rifle. I've got a scope. Is there any way I can just at least scope out the building across, which I believe was the lab, straight east?
Yeah, you can peek in a little bit. Let me show you kind of what you see. Go ahead and do that. So that's the main doorway. It's open, and it looks like there's a T intersection there. There's a door, what looks like a door to the north, and a hallway kind of heading south.
Gotcha. So that's the front door. Okay.
It is.
Yes, sir.
So the hangar, you can see the hangar door. The hangar door is right there. It
Yes,
is
sir.
also open, and if you wanted to swing your scope in that direction, I could give you a little bit of visibility in the hangar.
Yeah, I'm basically pulling up and traversing the field.
Sure. So here's what you see in the hangar.
Can we charge in yet?
No, boys, bring it to the cover. Get to the wall.
Uh-oh. Sounds serious.
Bring it in.
am
Bring
the
it in. Get to the wall.
I'll get behind the Yeti, yeah.
Stay to the line.
Stay behind me, Captain, my captain.
Okay, so it looks like there's so
Toggle
as
your
you're kind of
hair
looking
to let you
from-
know I'm still there.
Gotcha. I see the angle in. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a wall there of some kind.
Sure.
You know, it looks like there are a pair of doors, maybe some kind of storage closet or something, but
Sure,
you don't see
sure.
any movement.
Sure thing. Okay. Waiting for my group team to pull up, and then my.
We're there.
All right. Oh yeah. My next move would be to turn the corner and head towards the edge of the opening into the bunker and do a full look in, you know, peer. Actually, if you want, I could even go prone and look around from the lower end and then back in.
Sure. So, yeah. So when you get closer, I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point that you know there is what appears to be the remnants of blaster fire, and you notice what looks like a piece of exoskeleton from some kind of insectoid creature that has been discarded. That is kind of laying just inside the door a little bit. So it looks like, you know, it's like a, you know, like an exoskeletal chest piece, I guess. And it seems to be painted with like an image of a red star on it.
Does this seem like it's been damaged somehow by this blaster fire as well?
Yeah, so you know, part of it is cracked. There's a little bit of green, what you would infer to be blood on it.
Sure.
But it looks like it was hit and then it was discarded by whatever had it.
So this was some sort of exoskeleton armor piece. Exoskeleton type piece.
That's what it looks like.
Okay. I'm just asking, or did it seem like a shell of a bug type thing? That's
A little bit of both.
Both can be true.
So it looks like it looks like an exoskeletal armor piece from a
carapace.
bug. Yeah,
Carapace.
or carapace. Yeah.
Mm.
So so you clearly see now, like, as you're looking at the door, there's definitely multiple blaster impacts on the door. The door itself seems to have some kind of light explosive was used to break out the locking mechanism, and that's why the door is kind of swinging freely at this point.
So it looks like people were trying to defend themselves in here.
It's tough to say, right? So it's tough to say if they were kind of holed up in here and something attacked, or if maybe whatever this insectoid creature was, like inadvertently came in here, not realizing there was somebody in here, and they shot their way out.
I'm not reading that.
So, so here.
What are you thinking, Tidarian? Rats?
I've got a larger thought, but it's only a hunch at this point. But then again, let's do some more investigation before I call out my theory.
So
Let's take a look. I want to make sure this building is clear.
Sure. So, so the hallway, kind of, from where you are, you get a little bit of a glimpse down the hallway. As I mentioned, you're familiar with this style of building. It's your typical kind of prefab, barracks building. They're mass produced, and they're sent in components, and they're basically just bolted together when they arrive. But like I mentioned, they're shotgun style with a series of kind of rooms inside. For the occupants.
Can I tell if any supplies look like they were taken as if they were evacuating, or is most of the equipment left behind?
You don't see anything like right in the doorway. You haven't made your way inside to see if anything has been moved around, but there's nothing like it doesn't look like somebody left in a hurry and was dropping stuff, if that's what you're asking.
Okay. I'd like to get to the point where I can get to that door, and obviously I'm gonna check ahead, but then I'm gonna start making my way into this building if it looks clear.
Okay, go ahead and give me a notice roll.
Yes, sir.
Can we aid him?
Yeah.
Let's try it again.
Hey.
And is that with a +2 with the aid? Is that the way aid works? Or assist?
Sorry, I was revealing stuff.
I'm sorry. I did good.
Yeah, no, you're fine. So basically, here's what you see. You see the again, the prefabricated shell. So there are doors kind of there are doors at various intervals. So let me see if I can kind of break it up so you could see where the rooms would be. Alright, so hold on. Bear with me a second. Okay, so those are basically the main walls, and you can presume that there's a door in between each of those kind of wall structures.
Okay. I'm going to do this. I normally do this real quick. As I turn around and I look at my party, what am I able to see that each character is equipped with as far as armor weapon? You probably know now that we should see what we're.
Well, most of you guys
we're able
have
to do.
flechette pistols, which I explained before.
Sure.
Some of you have blaster rifles or blaster pistols, and some of you guys have, like for example, Rybax has a molecular sword, and
How's
and
that
then
look?
there
Wow.
are some other, some other stun weapons, right? So some people have stun guns and and stuff like that. But
And
yeah,
grenades.
yeah, and some of you are equipped with various types of grenades.
I'm prepared with my blaster rifle. I've got my flechette gun as well, and I'm wearing my body armor. But just wanted to get a sense of what our team was capable of doing. All right.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of the group is prepared for an encounter. They've been trained.
Yep.
They've got weapons, but some of them, like for example, the Beatbox 9K is a pacifist. So so really only in dire situations is he going to be really helpful.
Firm language. Okay.
I think my beatbox takes offense.
Let's get it, boys.
All right, I'm ready to go. I'd like to step into the building, and I'm listening to see if there's any noise, especially like scuttling, scurrying, wounds, wounded people or anything, and further damage.
It's
The sounds
eerily
of wounded
silent.
people scuttling.
Eerily silent. You don't really hear anything. You don't really hear anything unusual. You hear the whir of the environmental controls as they try to compensate for the open door. But aside from that, really, there's nothing kind of out of the ordinary that is that catches your attention sound wise.
All right, I'm gonna. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I was just going to say, like, the thing you do notice is that all of the doors in these rooms open in because it is a narrow hallway space. So you can see that I'll reveal the rooms, the following rooms.
I've already got open doors. Right.
Already,
Or
yeah, their doors are already open.
We may not see what's in there, but we can see at least that door is open. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm playing it. Cool. I look back before I look down the hall. I say it looks clear, and I pass that out, and then I go look, not like kind of get Ryback's attention, and say, "Listen, we're gonna go in. You keep cover out here."
Very well.
Captain, stay close. I'd like to proceed to the first door again and listen. If there's any...
Which one, north or south?
North, south. I'm sorry, the north door.
North door. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll stay out here with Ryback, if that's all the same to you, Captain.
Sounds good. Keep an eye on those other buildings, see if anything's coming out.
When you listen at the north door, you hear what sounds like water running. It's kind of a strange sound, but it sounds as if there's water running.
Okay. There's a door on the south. Can I hear anything from that door? Step back over across.
When you
Need me to
listen
roll?
at the door, yeah, give me a notice roll, please.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
All right. So yeah, so you hear, and I'll kind of make the sound for you guys.
No, ma'am,
it-
I didn't bring my
And
homework.
it just continues like that. It's
I said fries.
yeah, it's kind of a muted sound, but you think maybe it's a like a TV or something similar,
Yeah.
like that was left on with the news playing or something like that.
Yeah, you definitely played that well. That's what I got. It sounded like something was just automatically running. left in a hurry type situation. I'm getting
Yeah, the doors
Mhm.
are pretty well insulated, so really,
Mhm.
just listening against the door is where you're
Mhm.
picking up that muted sound. But even with your ear
Mhm.
pressed against the door, you're not getting much.
Those good rolls are helping. That's all. All right. Um, I'm gonna further move down the hall to the next set of doors.
When he does that, I'm going to open up the door and scan it, looking for obviously any beings, whether they're hostile or not. Starting with the northern one.
Captain, my captain, stay behind me.
I nudge Rybax. I spy with my little eye.
I am here.
Something Yeti.
So the north door or the south door?
The north, I can't. Oh, there we go. I was like in between a grid.
I'm sorry, were you saying you wanted to open it?
Yep, I'm gonna open it and then scan. Scan through pot, clear it.
I go in first.
It's a kitchen. Hold on, and it looks like somebody left in a hurry. The sink is running. There are dishes kind of stacked up. It looks like somebody was in the process of washing some dishes, and when they were surprised, and there are some rubber gloves kind of discarded in a wad on the floor, dishes piled up, and there are some racks of some metal racks with some foodstuffs in the metal racks, canned vegetables, canned goods.
I want to search it for cooking instruments.
Yeah, hey Captain, thanks for the host. Really appreciate it, bud. Okay, so you find some, the equivalent of some standard rations. So I'll go ahead and say you find the equivalent of 10 days worth of standard rations combined amongst the various different components. But being the world-renowned Yeti chef that you are, you feel like you could turn this, MRE equivalent spaghetti into a dish fit for your Italian mother-in-law.
Damn, you're good.
Captain, the ship needs a crock pot.
Noted. On the list.
There is one available in here, so you can go ahead and grab it if you've
But
got space in your pack.
But Rybex, we can get this on the way out. I'd rather look for survivors and hostiles.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I
Captain, my
point him-
captain.
Do you see
I
any
point him
coffee?
to the southern door.
Okay.
Basically, while T Prime's going forward listening, just so I can describe it, he's listening to hear anything, and then if he moves on, I'm assuming he doesn't hear anything. So then I'm wanting to clear the rooms behind him while he's searching for the other rooms, if that makes sense.
Sure. Yep. So T Prime, give me another notice check. Are you checking the north door?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
And so you guys open the south door.
Yes, Rybax opens the south door.
Okay, and this appears to be some kind of lounge. As I mentioned, as soon as you open the door, the sound of the TV bursts clear. It's like, and in other news, Luna Bravo station has blah 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 blah. Right? There's, it's basically a new, a cycling news broadcast that you guys are hearing. It's talking about, water rationing on one of the colonies, and it's causing some disruption at Ares 5. There's talk about a water rationing incident. There's also talk about a scientist who is looking to charter a mission to Omnivex to capture what is called a death worm, and it's supposed to be a really kind of dangerous creature. There's a picture of it. It's it's a. Well, actually, let me see if I have a picture of it. Let's see. Let's see if I have a picture of it. Nope, I do not. So I owe you a picture of a death worm. I may have one at some point, but it's a yellow worm with a like multi-clawed face. Just looks like it wouldn't be a whole lot of fun to hang out with. But that's the news article that you hear. In regards to the notice check, you don't hear anything except for a very light kind of beeping, like a beep, 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 beep in the room to the north.
Okay. Okay. And let's check the south.
Okay. Go ahead and give me that notice.
Yes, sir. Yes. Ooh.
This one, you don't pick up anything at all. And it's, there's really no noticeable sound.
I signaled to the guys to be, I'd say with, in silence, using a gesture, say, pointing at that door in the south. I indicate I'm not sure, shaking my head a little bit, and shrug like, I don't know. My next move is to actually head up and try and see into this room and make sure there's no one in this room here before I even worry about listening to that door to the north. I'm now looking to see if these rooms are truly empty. First, I'll start on the south side.
Yeah, so it looks like it's a room that's used, for the part of the security attaché. It has a bunk. All of the gear has been cleared out. There's a footlocker. The footlocker is open and empty. And the bed has been stripped of any kind of sheets or blankets. So it's basically just a rough mattress on top of a bunk bed. So it's a metal frame bunk system, right? It looks like two people sleep in here. They have mattresses on them, but the room appears to be stripped.
Okay. I'm gonna cross the hall a little bit and want to peek in that north room, make sure again, just visually, that's empty.
So this room appears to be maybe a member of the science team. It actually does have stuff in it. The bed is made up. And there is a footlocker in there that appears to be closed. There's also a desk. The desk has a series of papers across it. And there's a small lamp. The lamp is currently off.
Okay, I'm gonna look back and see what my guys, the rest of the team are doing and where they are.
I'm standing in the middle of the hallway, taking up the whole length.
Yes, sir, right back. And
Beatbox is beating me at I Spy.
I spy nothing.
That's not how the game works. But yeah, we're clearing the northern and southern rims that T-Prime already passed.
Okay, I see Ryback behind me. At that point, I want to listen now just to that wall. I'm sorry, the door to the room to the north. You can see where I'm at.
Sure.
Yes, let me pull that out. Don't notice. Come on, notice. Oof.
No, it's again, the seals on them are designed to keep out the cold, so they're it's going to be a little challenging to hear.
Sure. Okay, I'm gonna look at Ryback and I'm gonna nod that I'm going in, and I'm gonna open the door.
I draw my sword.
Yeah.
Okay. You open the door, and it looks identical to the one across the hall. It is a pair of bunk beds, a footlocker, open and empty. The room has been stripped. It is clear of any signs of occupancy. It looks like maybe they were expecting relief. So the guards had stripped their rooms and moved to maybe the hangar or something like that in expectation of relief. but there are no signs of, you know, anything left behind from the guards that previously occupied this room.
Okay. And I indicate to Ryback nothing, that I see nothing. And proceed now, continuing down the hall, investigating the door to the south.
Okay. Go ahead and give me that roll.
Yes, sir. Whoa, whoa.
I'm like
Okay.
sobbing to beatbox. She was my best girl, and she just left me there.
That was a nice exploder.
Delicious.
So you when you listen in this room, you hear
Yes,
what
sir.
sounds like a chittering, like a just a faint like, right, and like a heavy breathing, almost trying to be quiet, like as if it, you know, whatever it is knows that you're there, but it's trying to avoid detection. But clearly there's something in this room.
All right. I immediately look up the Rybacks and indicate silently, you know, that we've got an intruder or possible situation here. And I motion to him, get the team.
All right. Have we cleared these
Okay.
two rooms, the northern and southern one here?
No, but so
Okay.
so this
At this
room,
point, then okay.
yeah. So I'll reveal them for you.
Sweet.
So these are, you know, the one room to the north is kind of like an executive room. It's maybe what you would presume to be the doctor's, you know, quarters. It's, you know, it is clear that he is, you know, he is a genius in the traditional sense, meaning he's got his own organizational skills. So, you know, there's stacks of papers and, you know, stacks of tablets and, you know, just stuff kind of strewn all over the place. Little, you know, little electronic components and, you know, various different like research notes just scattered around the room, up to and including the bed. Right, the bed is just like a mound of you know, of papers that that, you know, he must just push out of the way to get sleep at night. The room to the south is the polar opposite. It is the definition of meticulously cleaned. I mean, if you went in there with a white glove and you ran it over any surface, you wouldn't pull a single piece of dust. It is spotless. The bed has military corners. It is made and tidy. Everything is in order. There's a file cabinet. Everything is neatly filed away. And that is the room to the south.
The distress signal was sent 8 days ago.
Yep.
Yeah. May I ask how the lighting is in this area?
So for the most part, the lights are so the lighting is kind of standard
May I ask?
interior
Okay.
lighting.
Okay. Right.
It's, you know, a couple of the rooms the lights are off, but they're all sensor driven. So as soon as the door opens, the light comes on.
Okay.
But in the center hallway area, you know, it has kind of ceiling-based recessed lighting, LED lighting that runs the whole length, and it is well illuminated.
Excellent. Okay. I'm just getting set up for my my next maneuver. Everyone else kind of done? I didn't want to keep taking all the time. I'm going in.
You want a grenade?
No.
Sure.
No, I'm gonna.
Quick.
I like this idea.
I can throw one your way right now.
Yeah. No. Okay. I got Ryback's
I
right next to me here, and he's got his neutronium. What is that? A molecular sword?
Yep.
I'll move up a couple just so I can
Okay.
maybe see what's going on in that room to the south.
Sure. Okay, so I've got my blaster rifle ready, and I'd like, if it's possible, I'd like to get the rifle kind of ready to fire. Well, pointed into the room. Rymax, would you be able to open the door with one hand while you had your sword in another?
I would think so.
Okay. Can we do that, GM? And I'm ready. What can I do? Help me. All right, my first game. So, is there a ready action or something I can do?
So, I mean, if you tell me you're going to open the door, then I'll deal the initiative.
I get it. Okay.
Okay, and then, and so based on, you know, where you land in the initiative, we'll sort it out.
Okay.
But, you know, but basically what you can do is you can kind of position yourself where you'd want to position yourself. You have no idea what's in there. So if you want to presume that something is in there, then cool.
I do.
But, you know, at this point you have no idea what you're going to be up against.
I get it. I'm not just shooting like as soon as the door is open. I'm not going blind like that. My point is I was going to be ready action, but I will be near the side if I can. So obviously providing some point of cover, but my rifle will be in the direction of in the room, and ready to open the door.
Yeah.
That's it. That's like.
So you being on one side, Ryback's on the other side. Is that how you guys are going to have it go down?
Yeah, I think that's how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Ryback.
Yeah. And if it's directly across, like the doors are literally directly across, I can take care of them.
Yeah, the doors are literally directly across.
And
Okay.
how wide is this hallway and the entrance?
The hallway is only about 5 feet across. The entrance is 5 feet across.
All right.
So
Get the oil.
My CPU is operating at
see the
maximum
sparks
capacity
now.
outside, so I'd like to cover the door out here.
okay. Okay. So are we ready to open the door and see what fun waits behind?
Let's.
Rybix is ready.
Monty, I'm on
Ready.
curtain number 3.
It's a tape recorder playing tittering sounds, isn't it?
Gerg, are you staying outside or you want in the
For now,
hallway?
yeah.
Okay.
I just want to. I'm watching though.
You'd be hard pressed to get by me, is all I'm saying.
Hey, Lazarus, tell my story.
If you'd be kind enough to move.
It's so far away.
It is. And I don't want to.
Sorry.
I don't want to minimize that issue.
Okay.
Can't help but enjoy the dialogue that goes back and forth. Thank you.
You guys ready?
Oh yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
Rybix is ready.
So the door flies open, and inside you see a creature. A creature. So let me see if I can find a quick image for you guys.
He's
Can we
ugly.
kill
We'll
it?
kill him.
A portrait.
Look at that nose. Those eyes.
I
Feels
vote
like-
kill it.
I vote kill it.
It's coming right for us.
Nice.
I don't have an image, but it's an insectoid creature. It
Okay.
has it looks like maybe that carapace that we found at the beginning was from it. It is wounded and appears maybe was left behind by its comrades. And so it kind of came in here to attend to itself. And as you guys entered this area, it it hid in the corner trying to be as quiet as it can, but it was unsuccessful. So I'm going to go ahead and deal the initiative, and we're going to get into it here.
Oh boy.
Oh shoot! It drew a Joker.
So now's a good time to talk about this, right? Because it got a Joker.
Okay, where's the combat track?
So that's great.
So good. That can really.
So
The unidentified NPC is actually Tom Brady.
So the unidentified PC is actually a Shadow Star cultist. So you guys would have known this from your training. You've been advised about who the Shadow Star is. They're an insectoid race, and they are trying to resurrect their dead god. So that's really all you know about them. But they're bad guys.
Nothing good ever comes from that.
Right. So he's going to go first. So he's going to go ahead and target. The door flies open. I'm going to roll a d4 to see. Well, let's see. 1. So that's going to be you, T Prime. So he's going to take aim at you, and he's going to fire with his blaster rifle. Sorry, my fault. Never mind. That was not the attack. That was the damage. So I'll go ahead and clear that off of you. I will clear that off of you. Never mind. So here is his attack. Apologies. And he misses. So he is unsuccessful in his shooting die. So with that, he's also going to try. Well, there's really not much he can do. He's gonna use the aim action, and that's gonna be his turn. So Captain Malik, you're up first. What would you like to do?
Looking at, I know insectoids can't speak common, but is there any way that he can communicate? Do I notice any device that he would use to communicate with humans?
So the default language is universal, like lingua universal, but he doesn't. I mean, he hasn't said anything, so you don't know.
Well, I thought insectoids couldn't speak, and they had to speak via like some other device.
No, some of them can speak.
Okay.
Whether it's through a translation device or or some other mechanism, they have their own language, but some of them are carry universal translators that will allow them to speak lingua universal.
Ask him if he can speak.
Yeah. So my first action, he shoots out, and but I'm gonna look in there and be like, "You're completely surrounded. Drop your gun, or we will kill you."
And he looks back at you, and his mandibles open, and you hear this shriek. It's like, ah! And that's it.
I take that as an aggressive shriek.
The only reply you get.
All right. Does that constitute like a free action as far as speaking, or what do I have left? Since I'm fairly new to Savage Worlds.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
I'm fairly new to Savage Worlds, so does that count as a free action speaking, or was that?
Yeah, no, free. Speaking is always free. Yep.
All right.
So if you're going if you're going to shoot him, then you're going to need to give me a shooting roll. So target him first. Control click.
Well, instead of shooting him, I'm going to
shoot her.
Well, I'm not very good at shooting. Not bad, but instead, I'm going to do a test of wills and taunt it.
Okay.
And
all right, so he's gonna have to make a
taunt or
contested.
Intimidate?
It should be taunt.
Okay.
And then he's gonna have to do a contested roll to see if he succeeds.
Okay. And do I get charisma bonuses with taunts?
Yeah. I mean, you can apply your +2.
I have a 4 charisma.
Oh, okay. Then you get your +4. So,
okay, then I'm gonna. Your mother was a gnat.
So it'll be a total of 7. So he's gonna roll his roll, and he is going to fail. So basically, he is going to feel very dejected about himself. He's like, I wonder if my mother was in fact a gnat. He's contemplating his life right now, but he is going to be. So this is a function of the Adventure Edition, which I'll roll in now, just to let you know. So he's going to be distracted, okay, which means that you guys are all going to get a +2 in your attacks against him. So go ahead and use the modifier in the lower left when you make your attacks to add the +2.
I should have done that.
Yep. So now he is distracted.
And I'm just gonna stay in my covered area behind the door seal, and I'm done.
Okay, Rybax.
Mega,
Yep.
could you change my toughness to 8? I think it got locked in once you put it in the combat tracker.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. All right, so Rybax is gonna charge in, and he's gonna be yelling the whole time. He's gonna be saying, "Never again! I will not fail." And then he's going to a rather large movement and bring down his sword. So let's see on the cultist.
Somebody's typing in the cultist name because it just keeps changing from 8s to 2s, and there you go. Fix that up.
That would be me. I am guilty of that.
I know. There's only one guy who can do that here.
All right, I'm gonna try the roll again because it didn't show up the first time, right?
I didn't see the roll.
So it's what was it? Control and then the button for this rule set.
Control click to target him, and then you just double click on. So what are you attacking with?
My molecular sword.
I gotta see that in action, man.
So basically you just make sure he's targeted. So I don't see him targeted right now. And then you go to your weapons. Make sure your molecular sword is equipped.
Unlike other.
It wasn't equipped, so now you can actually use it. So I went ahead and equipped it for you.
Okay.
So if you go to the combat tab, now your molecular sword shows up there, and basically what you do is you just grab that D10 and drop it on him, or you control click to target him.
All right, let's see if that's
targeted.
There you go.
Okay, so there you go. So you got your hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your damage. So it should show up under your attack section. So just double click the damage.
Right. I think it's this one.
Should be the 2d8s there to the right under the combat tab.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
So basically, you're going to take him out. He is an extra, so he doesn't have a lot of health. So as I mentioned in our opening, extras only have one wound. They take one wound, they die. So you march in there, molecular sword in hand, and basically cleave this guy. So why don't you go ahead and describe for us how that all goes down?
All right, so Ryback should be as tall, if not taller than him. So the blow comes from the top up and just starts cutting through what's left of his carapace until, and then the sword kind of pulls out. I didn't cut him in half, but I did a lot of damage.
Cool. So there's a sizzle as the molecular sword makes its way through him. It's actually cauterizing the wounds as it goes, right? And he kind of flays open, right, like a flower, right? And you hear just like the last kind of fleeting sound as he kind of collapses and falls to the ground. And so that is that.
Do it again. He could still be alive.
If the Yeti looks at me for confirmation, I'm just like, yeah, could be.
I'm the medic, I know.
Yeah,
No comment.
I'll plunge it down one more time.
I'm a medic. I'm an expert at killing. I'm the medic.
I feel pretty comfortable with him being by himself, wounded. I'm just gonna go and open up these other doors.
Okay. So the other doors, and I'll just go ahead and reveal the rest here because there's nothing else really of interest. The other rooms are, one is a storage room. It's pretty much empty. It looks like somebody ransacked it. The other rooms contain what look like, so one is being used as like a recycling center. So there's a device there that's used to recycle biologic and plastic. So you basically bring your garbage there, it recycles it, and then it creates these like ingots that can be used to create other things. So you can recycle metals and plastics and all that. You have one on your ship as well. And then the other is kind of a community bathroom. So that's really all that's left in here. So this guy, did you want to kind of inspect the dead cultist?
Yeah, before we move on, absolutely.
Do
Oh,
we
yeah.
get
If there's
private
any
bathrooms
clues.
on the freighter?
Private bathrooms? No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
So the only
I'm
person
not
who
even a
has
captain?
so the only person who has their
Yeah.
own kind of bathroom is the captain. But there is a crew.
You don't want to share mine.
There is
Guys,
a
I'd
crew.
like to discuss the mutiny.
So it's called a head. So there is a crew's head and there's a captain's head.
How disgusting.
Guys, could I talk to you over here for a second? Captain,
Checking
it's
that
not
cultist.
about you.
All right. So you find so you find the equivalent of $100 worth of credits on the cultist body. In addition to that, he also has some stuff. He has a blaster rifle. If anybody is interested.
Let's pick it up and bring it back.
Yeah. And then, other than that,
Actually,
yeah,
have an
we
extra
could give it to Kadora.
Yeah, I could have an extra set of hands.
Got it. We should
Fire the pistol with one, the blaster with the other,
before we.
rifle with the other.
Okay.
Okay, but other than that, he really doesn't have anything else. It looks like he, wasn't a really important, member of the cultists. So much so that, like, when he got shot by whoever was here, they were just like, all right, whatever, see ya, you're done. So he was already wounded to begin with, but Ryback's finished him off.
Twice. Good call. B-Box.
Yeah.
9K. BB9K.
Glad to help.
Like to check that
Hey,
room
Marbania, thanks for
eventually.
checking in.
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
No, when we get a minute, I'm gonna check the room with the lamp, the desk with the papers, and the locked footlocker.
Sure.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
the
no,
closed
you
footlocker.
can go ahead and do that now. So this would be, so you'd need a lockpicking check if you want to open that footlocker.
Well, let's do that.
Aside from that, this would be an investigation roll.
Okay. I don't have
So
investigation.
you'd have to give me
Being
a
notice. Notice is probably the closest I got to something like that.
Yeah, but you got lockpicking, right? Or
I
something
do,
like
and
that.
I just
You'd have
dropped
to-
that.
You'd have to give me an
Oh.
unskilled roll. So if you don't have investigation, you have to give me an
Nope.
unskilled. Does anybody
Okay,
else have
sure.
investigation?
No.
So the reason why I'm asking for investigation and why I'm not asking for notice is because notice will tell you that there's papers and stuff and all that around. Investigation is what you would use to, like, research, like look through the papers and pick up stuff from them, try to get some inferences. If that's not what you're trying to do, then cool. Notice I'll tell you that there's papers.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Other than that, I got streetwise. I'm not very good at that.
Okay.
Okay, so it's an unskilled check. Let me roll that.
All right.
Natural rolls with these boys.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not going to do you much good. So,
No.
You're unable to really decipher anything from the papers.
Sure.
The lock on the footlocker is particularly tricky. For some reason, it's eluding you. So
Do have
you know,
a
so you're
rifle.
unable to get the footlocker open as well. Did you want to do anything else in there?
No. I grab the papers. Maybe I can somehow bring them back to the ship and
Yeah, scan them in. Maybe there's some value.
Yeah,
I mean,
provide
I know
them
you were
to-
asked to bring back the research.
exactly. I gotta come
Can-
back with something.
Can I attempt to smash open the chest? Or-
Yeah,
Your molecular.
yeah, no, you
Well-
can try to smash it open. Just go ahead and give me a fighting roll. What are you using to smash it open?
Well, I could use my sword, or if I thought my strength was enough, I'd try to, I don't know,
eat it?
So it's a polymer footlocker. So it's made of plastic.
Okay.
It's got
This one could be a
you
weak
know,
polymer.
It's got a it's got a small lock cylinder on it. It's not excessively difficult to open. I mean, you think
Apparently
that
it
you
is
could
for
probably
me.
smash it. I mean, you think you probably smash it okay?
All right. What do you want me to make a roll?
Just a fighting roll, yeah.
Fighting roll. Let's see if this works this time.
Kadora's watching, like, tossing a grenade up
Oh
and
yeah.
down. Like,
No, you totally got it. So you're successful. So you smash the footlocker open, and it's full of women's clothing.
finally!
Captain, the poor people lived in this box.
So
Gather everything.
So there are women's undergarments, a couple of a couple of uniforms. So Jump Corp Science League uniforms, and they are all for a woman.
And which room was this? As far as like, was this the super neat one, or
This is the
was
super
this
neat
the
one.
extremely dirty? The super neat one. Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't. The guy did mention that he had a partner.
Yeah.
And she,
All right, let's gather the papers and let's move on to the lab.
So
Yeah.
the uniforms have the name Weedo, Weedo, on the chest. So they just say Weedo.
that sounds about right. Assistant Sky Weedo. It's her stuff. I don't. Maybe we should leave it here in case she's still alive. Like, if we see her and she's still alive, I'm not sure how she would react to, like, "Hi, glad you're alive. Here's a box with your, like, clothing in it." I feel like that would be weird.
Well,
So maybe
I mean,
we leave
Well,
it here.
it
I have no
isn't
need.
going to provide you guys really any value. So, I mean, it's up to you if you want to take it or not, but, it definitely has no value to you guys.
We're just gathering the papers and any obviously removable, media, disk, drives, whatever.
Sure. Yeah, so you can police up all the, the paperwork, the, any of the drives or equipment. Altogether,
Any
it's gonna,
PDAs lying around.
it's going to come to about 5 pounds worth of stuff once it's all collected.
I've got the papers.
All right, let's move to the lab.
Yep. Dun, dun, dun.
Stay behind me, Captain, my captain.
I'm behind you.
Okay,
I'm
so
behind you as well.
you're going to peer through the opening in the lab?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you saw what you saw before. But go ahead and give me a notice roll, see if you pick up on anything else.
Yes, sir.
Additionally, this area, clearly there are signs of a battle of some kind of combat happened here. There's a straight through section, and then there, as I mentioned, there's a hallway that leads to the south. There's a door at the very, like where that T intersection is, right straight ahead,
Yes, sir.
is a door to what appears to be a larger room. So let me go ahead and reveal some of this here. Let's see. Yeah, so that's the top portion. Just the back. So yeah, so there's a door straight through to the other side. There's a door to the north, which is about halfway, like right in that T intersection area, and then there's a hallway leading to the south. So that's what you can see. You see blaster marks. You see what looks like some blood on the ground leading to the door to the north, like some kind of blood trail. Maybe somebody was dragged that way.
A lot of blood.
Green blood.
No, it appears to be red blood.
All right.
Okay. Gonna head in.
All right. We're behind you.
Wait, what color is Kalian blood?
Green.
Green.
Nice.
Oh, no, your blood is blue. Sorry,
That's right, because I'm blue blood.
Yeah, the reptile, or sorry, no, the insectoid creatures that you fought before, their blood is green.
I step inside the door.
Okay.
Make my way to the first door. Or if that is the intersection, I guess.
Okay.
I listen, and do I hear?
So basically, like right there.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead and give me notice for listening at the door. All right. So you hear the sounds of machinery, and you also hear the sounds of wind, like some kind of air movement. So clearly, there's some kind of air movement in here, because there's like a very faint whistling sound coming from under the door, as if air is escaping from the area that you're in into the room beyond, right? So you hear like a very faint kind of whistling sound as it seeps past the gaskets. Otherwise, again, machinery of some kind, beeping and whirring of machinery, and just the movement of air. So there's you're in the negative space, or sorry, you're in the positive space, and there's a negative space beyond. So the air from your space is being pulled into that door to the north.
Sure. If I don't really sense any danger, I'm thinking I'm going to signal back to the group that I'm going to go ahead and go in.
All right, let's do this.
All right.
So you're going to open the door?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
I didn't mean to
this
move myself,
door
I'm
is a
sorry.
little bit wider. So this
Okay.
door is probably about 7.5 feet wide. So it's designed to move in heavier equipment, like
Beatbox?
like beatbox. So, all right. So I'll go ahead and reveal. You guys go ahead and stack up where you'd want to be when he opens that door, and I'll go ahead and reveal that room.
We're going to the north, right?
Yeah.
Are we? Okay. I'll be down here then.
Okay. So this is clearly a science lab of some kind. So the lab is filled with with whirring machinery and centrifuges and a bunch of other stuff. One thing that you notice, though, is that there's a large hole in the floor on the east side, which leads down into darkness. Apparently something burrowed in from below into this space. And the air is being kind of sucked down that hole. So there's clearly some kind of negative space down there where it's trying to pull air. Now that the door is open, you can hear a distinct rush of wind. So as you push the door open, it's like, right? And the air is now rushing down into that lower area wherever it leads. This is kind of a large kind of central control room, and let's see. So you see the body of two uniform wearing humans face down at the edge of the hole, and their weapons are kind of at their sides. So they were both carrying blaster pistols. And their pistols are at their side, but they're face down. Other than that, that's what you see. You don't, if you want to go in there and take a closer look, I can give you more information about the guards.
Yeah, I'm gonna step in the room.
Rybacks will follow. But right there.
I'm gonna cover the southern passageway, looking down that way, while they're investigating the room.
All right, and as I enter the room, I'm gonna look around. You mentioned centrifuges, equipment, and obviously the wind, but more as well the two bodies face down that seem to be dragged or were dragged near the hole opening.
Right.
And I'm gonna leveling my blaster rifle at them, not realizing what the situation is in that direction. I'm gonna cautiously approach. Do you need me to roll notice?
No. I mean,
Okay.
they're not moving. They're down.
Okay.
Now that you're closer, you can see, what looks like multiple blaster wounds in them.
Okay, so they're not unconscious. They're
Yeah, no, they look like they're dead. So, so they've got multiple blaster wounds. Like they're laying face down, but you can see kind of through the backs of their uniforms a series of wounds. So they took several shots on their way down. Some of the wounds look older, and some of the wounds look relatively fresh. So as if they got hit, they fell back, and then kind of this was their last stand. So but that's kind of what you make of the circumstances. As I mentioned, laying next to them, correction. So laying next to them are their weapons. One of them had a laser rifle. The other one had a laser submachine gun.
ooh,
Laser?
Pick them up.
Yeah,
I
we'll
grab-
swap it out.
I grab the rifle and I hand it back.
All right. So I have a parcel. So I'll just go ahead and put it in the
sorry,
party sheet.
sorry.
Um,
Hold up. I just want to start looking at the hole when we're past this point. Parcel.
or bear with me just a second. I'll put that parcel in the party sheet for you guys.
Take your time.
Do the laser weapons have like a ammunition counter?
They have a battery. They have a battery coil.
Does it appear that the batteries were spent?
So they appear to be very close to being spent. So, they were definitely used. They will require charging, but your ship has the capacity for recharging laser-based weapons.
Does this room have like laser blasts in the walls? Did they fight in this
no,
room?
all over the place. Yeah. So clearly, they kind of fell back to this point. They, I guess what you could, if you were to, maybe a survival check. Would give you a sense of what went down here, but why don't you go ahead and give me a survival?
All right, if I can get this.
All the dice.
No.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you could tell that it looks like this was maybe their last stand. Or like maybe somebody got abducted and they were chasing after them, and this is as far as they got.
So the hole is kind of like where a mole tunnels out.
More or less, yeah.
Okay.
So, So yeah, so that's all you find really in the room.
Do
Go ahead.
do those uniforms have names by any chance? These.
Yeah, Smith and Johnson.
They are a populous breed amongst Jump Corps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
the
they are.
Smiths and Johnsons are well known for being, security guards.
These two ensigns. Okay.
It's a family business.
Yep, Smith and Johnson.
Thank you. All right. Well,
So,
gentlemen, what do you want to do with the items?
We'll take them.
Yeah, we'll pick them up for the group. I'm gonna hand the laser rifle to Big Rybax because it looks like
Yeah.
he's gonna be able to hold that.
you guys
I
can just
can
go
hold
ahead
it.
and drag them.
And don't you have a crock pot with that? I think there's.
Yeah,
also
go ahead and drag them to your.
Where did the-
Beat
your
someone to death
inventory.
with the laser rifle.
Yeah, right.
Um,
I'd like to hold the submachine gun for close quarter combat for the moment, if that's for the moment.
Sure.
But it
So-
seems to be. I'm checking to see how many rounds are in it, or battery.
So the battery has a
Do
quarter
a function
charge.
check.
The
A
battery
quarter-
has
quart-
a quarter charge.
Got it, thank you.
Which would tell you maybe you got two salvos in it, right?
Yeah.
So like it's a 3-round burst weapon. So maybe a total of 6 shots before maybe it's
Right,
out.
yeah.
But that's what
Okay.
you would say.
Okay. Okay.
So what do you guys want to do?
Interesting.
All right, let's go south. Well, yeah, let's clear the rest of this building up before we start looking in tunnels.
All right, but I also think we got to keep an eye on this.
Agreed.
In case something. Yeah. You want me to?
Kadura, can you rig one of your grenades like a booby trap for this room?
That's a pretty great idea. I have a frag grenade. I think it'll do just the trick.
Okay. So, talk me through it. I would say, a repair roll would be in order, but
Okay.
kind of talk me through how you would do it.
Probably want to jerry rig something up, like,
Maybe like putting it under something near that burrowing hole.
How about
And then if-
booby trap one of the bodies?
Right, or like near the hole exactly.
there you go. That's fine. Just not sure exactly what you can do with a grenade because you're gonna have to pull the pin out at some point.
Yeah,
And then leave it trapped under the body.
Well, a
So if they move the
tripwire-
body.
a
you know
tripwire or something like that would be an
Tripwire
option
or just
under
like-
one of the bodies. If they move one of the bodies, it would, would pull,
Kind of have a
release the
30-second timer.
Well, no, if you did a tripwire, then what you could do is you could just pull the pin in advance and then wire up the handle. And then if somebody trips over the wire, it would trip, it would fling the handle and set off the grenade.
That sounds good to me. So, we'll have to back up a little bit, obviously. I don't want...
So go ahead and give me the repair roll.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything that they can use to help me?
Let's see if I got my.
My hands are too large for this finesse work.
That's
I've got
okay.
an adhesive patch if that could help, but that's like tape. I think.
No, I mean, like,
Any skill.
help
No.
me for, like, a +2 bonus or whatever. I'm just trying to...
Does anybody else have repair as a skill?
Yeah,
No,
I've got repair. I can help you out.
All right.
Hey.
Especially if it
I think
involves hurting somebody.
Yeah, the robot.
Yeah, I have no repair.
He's
Lock pick.
got
That's
his
it.
cookbook memorized.
Yep.
Okay, so that in repair, and we'll just keep our fingers crossed.
Bless you.
Oh, yay!
All right, you are successful. So let me go ahead and just draw a line real quick. So that line I just drew is basically your tripwire.
Okay.
All right, and so it is in place.
Okay. Just sort of carefully motion people out of the blast radius before setting it off.
Naturally.
Okay.
Natch.
All right.
Captain, please stay behind me.
I like that. All right, we're gonna
And just
leave
step
this
outside
room
again, maybe even. You know?
Okay.
quickly
here.
in case that tripwires. Let's go.
All right. So you guys are gonna open up these. So let me reveal some stuff for you.
Buybacks. Let's do it.
So there's the rest of the hallway.
Oh,
So
okay.
you've got doors to the left and to the right, right about
Damn.
there. I don't know if you saw that, but
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can do it.
right about there. So those are doors that on either side. So which one would you like to investigate or open?
The
I point left.
sure.
Left side?
Yep.
Okay. So are you just going to open the door, or did you want to investigate it first?
I'd like to listen and do a notice check if I can.
Sure, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you don't hear anything at the door. You know it's quiet. You know, there's no kind of air movement around the door or anything. It's just quiet.
And can we try the other door just to listen
Sure.
for notice?
Yep. Same thing there. It's just quiet. But you know, yeah, you don't hear anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. Signal back to the. There's no other doors down this corridor.
Not that you can
Other than
see.
at
There's
the
just a door at the very end, which is the end of
Right.
the hallway, leads outside.
Okay.
I'm not
All
paying
right, so-
attention and like yelling down the hallway. Can I set off the grenade?
Not yet. Hold.
Please.
Hold.
Okay, Captain.
I'm gonna indicate to the guys in the hall. I'm gonna open the door to the west.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So you go ahead,
Insubordinate.
swing the door open,
Yes, sir.
and it is a storeroom. It contains numerous stacked supply crates, food wrappers, water bottles, spent blaster magazines, and that is it.
Other than survivals or anything of value.
No, it looks like most of the supplies have been ransacked. That, you know, all the crates have been opened and, you know, some of them knocked over, you know. There was nothing really of value in here.
Does this look pilfered?
It
Or
does.
does this look
Yeah,
like they
no,
were-
it looks like
okay.
somebody ransacked the room.
Okay.
They didn't get through all the crates, but, you know, they're labeled. And so, you know, one of them is, you know, uniforms, and another one is, you know, like air filters, you know, stuff like that, right? It's not
And
anything
all.
that would be incredibly valuable, but you presume that whoever ransacked it may not have been able to read the writing on the crates, and so
Right,
they
right.
kind of tore through it.
I'm gonna step inside the room just to see around, to make sure I have a ability to see what the situation is. Do I notice anything else? Any other doors?
I mean, to
any
the
other
south
crates
there
or-
are two what look like closets. Their doors are open, and
Yeah.
they're, you know, they have like uniforms hanging in them and boots and stuff. But you know, there's nothing.
wardrobe.
Yeah, they look like closets. They're not. It looks like this is like you know, like a staging area maybe for the security. So these look like security uniforms. They don't look like science uniforms.
Okay. I step back into the hallway and I shake my head, nothing. And I nod, indicate to the door to the east. And
I will open up the left door.
Okay. And you open this door, and this room is completely empty. There is literally nothing inside. It is. There's a thin layer of dust that coats the entire floor, and then there's what appear to be what looks like something having been dragged out of it, because of the dust on the floor being, so there's a square on the floor, which is probably about like 2 feet by 2 feet, that doesn't have dust, and then there are drag marks leading out to the door.
And that box, or that 2 foot by 2 foot square thing, was the only thing in this room as it appears according to the dust?
It looks that way. It looks like whatever was in here was by itself in here, and then somebody dragged it out at some point, but the rest of the room is just empty.
And it's 2 foot by 2 foot. Thank you. Okay. But something important may have been in here. All right. We don't see anything. Go ahead, JT. Sorry.
The southern part of this T, is that a door going out to the hangar?
It is. Not to the hangar, but to the outside of this building, and then the hangar is adjacent.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Just close to the hangar.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
I motion that we go that way, and
I nod.
Make sure B-Box and Kadora come or know that we're moving to the next building.
I come to the end. I check across. Can I see anything from this vantage angle with my scoped rifle?
Yeah. I mean, you can see more of the hangar, and then another like wall.
Got it.
On the the left side there, and then you see. I mean, it looks pretty open, as you would presume a hangar would.
Sure. Okay.
Go ahead and clear.
Yeah, I'm gonna approach the hangar.
Okay. Okay, so you want to give me a notice in the hangar?
Yes, sir.
All right, so the rest of you guys, where are you right now?
It's a big ass building. I can't see
Where
it.
you are?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and get situated.
Uh-oh.
Behind me, my captain.
Let me see. Hold on.
I'll also be covering the captain's back from over this way.
I want to.
All right.
I do have alertness, so I should get a +2 to my notice roll. That would be a 4.
Sure. Yeah, and that's enough. I mean, so so you kind of peer into the hangar, and I'll give you some more. Okay. Just give you some more of the hangar.
Sully.
It looks like so you see some tools, some repair gear, and there is a buggy about the size of a golf cart. It is parked in here.
It's like a bug.
It appears to be damaged. It's got some blaster marks on it. One of the tires is off. It is in need of repair. There are what look like 2 small rooms in the upper corners, with the doors would be like there and there.
On the south side of that.
On the south side of the rooms, and otherwise the hangar is empty. So what I need now is I need a notice roll from Kadura and Captain Malik.
Can I just assist Kadora?
No, I need a notice roll from you guys each.
Unskilled. Hey.
All right. So as you guys are kind of focused on what's going on in the hangar, you hear. You hear something. Hold on.
The boom.
Yes, you hear an explosion as smoke and like a gust of wind come blowing out the door to the lab, and that's what you hear.
All right.
Did you hear that, Captain?
I
Should we go
did.
back?
We shall. So we're gonna basically form up and I'll start covering. So we should be able to cover the door that leads into that lab from where we're at right now, correct? For all of the ranged people.
Yeah.
All right.
Duh. Yeah. It was the grenade, obviously. So do we want to go back and see where it leads, or do we want to keep going down this way?
Well, something just came out, so let's see what happens.
Okay.
Yell out.
I'll keep my rifle trained down that direction.
Okay.
Yep. Me too. And I'll point to T Prime and basically make hand gestures to motion him to go around the outside, come in from one of the side doors to get closer in while we're covering the main door from here.
I think we work together so well. You read my mind.
Okay. So you guys are gonna peer down the hallway. So it's all smoky.
Yep.
And you see the flicker of fire at the end of the hallway. It's very difficult to see all the way down the hallway, but you see small fires kind of burning in the far end, presumably in that room where the tunnel was.
I'm going to make my way down to that door, readying the submachine gun.
You make your way down to which door?
This door on the west side, sir. With
Okay. Yeah, you can make your way to it. It is currently closed.
Yeah. Okay. I would signal on my comlink to Captain Malik. I'm at the door at the west end.
Breach.
Breach.
Do you want me to move forward, Captain, my captain?
Yeah, I'll point to the opening door on the now right side, the east.
What are you doing, Daystar or Beatbox?
Me, I'm hanging back, watching everything.
Okay.
I'm staying right where I am.
He's
Okay.
taking bets.
Yeah.
Hang
All right. So you gonna breach, T-Prime?
Same here.
Yeah, I'm gonna breach.
So you want me to go to the other side, Captain, my captain?
Right.
Like right here?
Drop medium burst. No. Like right there.
Okay.
Like the doorway so you could take cover, and then whenever you get there and set up, I'm gonna move up to the other side. That's the idea. So GM, let us know if you need to.
Nope. You guys are all
Wait or
good.
anything. Okay.
You're all good right
Alright.
there. If that's where you want to go.
I'd like to go up to the west side of the building, up here, if that's all right. Basically,
Yep. Nope. that's
covering
fine.
the door.
Yeah, that's fine as well.
With ambiance music?
Yo, yeah, it's gonna be nice. Kenny G.
He's got his own theme
Yeah.
song.
The action music was a little sour on that last fight. I'm just saying.
It was
Yeah.
little action.
Room for improvement.
Little action is all I'm saying.
I didn't even get to shoot.
Yeah.
Doing Frank
Neither.
Sinatra
Me
tunes.
neither.
You were adjusting the station
Yeah.
when it was over.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm coming in the door, and do I notice anything immediately, at least up to that point, and down the corridor, ahead of me?
No, you don't. Just like I said, smoke, the crackling of fires to the north. It sounds like
Okay.
some of the equipment may be caught on fire.
I'm gonna hurry to that middle door and look in. For the lab room, assuming.
Sure. Again, now that you're here, it is very smoky in there. The door is ripped off its hinges and thrown on the ground, kind of to the west side of the room. It's very smoky. There's along the back wall, looks like a couple of different things, including papers and maybe equipment, is currently either on fire or smoldering.
Fire.
Okay.
I sort of sprint up next to him. Oh, whoa, that's so sweet! Look at all the fires! Whoa!
Dang it! What are you doing, man? And I run up, which I know is going to proc the Yeti to charge forward as well.
I'm stepping in the room.
Captain!
I'll run inside, yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna stay low. I have a rebreather, sir. Is that allowed? Because I
Oh.
had one.
I hesitate.
Standard.
I hesitate at the sight of fire, as I do not operate well in it.
Okay.
No, but
Yeah.
Beatbox, check this out!
Oh yeah, I'm starting up a fire starter from Prodigy.
Nice.
All right. So music kicks in.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead.
Twisted fire starter.
That song by Audio Slave.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. So you guys get in there. The smoke is starting to dissipate at this point, but you can see now what look like bits of some kind of insectoid, potentially more than one, just kind of strewn all around the room. There's like, little pieces of green dripping, insectoid that now have been scattered kind of in every direction. However, the walls to the south and to the north now visibly show where the blast impact was, and they are bowed outwards. And you're not quite sure if it's going to have an impact on the structural integrity of this particular area of the building, but at this point, it looks like it's holding.
Well, Captain, looks like they rigged up a trap and accidentally set it off themselves, killing off a couple of them. I'd say that's pretty good luck.
It was your trap.
Whoa now. My trap, their traps. I don't, why do we label things like this? A trap.
No ownership is necessary. I get it. Yeah, they
Landmines have no
trap might never be
They-
solved.
they stepped up and exploded. Got it. Gotta
But
go
in
look.
our report, maybe
Yeah.
I was smart enough to not put explosives into the research station. Just saying. We could massage it a little bit. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, this place was already pretty damaged when we got here.
Pulling.
That's what I remember.
Speaking my language, Captain. Speaking my language.
He's asking for a code blue already. All right.
All right.
Gotta
So,
look after each other.
so what do you guys want to do? Clearly, something came out of that hole and was blown to smithereens. Maybe
He
there's
was breakdancing there on the.
Mm-hmm.
Broke a lot of things.
Out of the way, monkey boy.
Captain,
I'd
do you
like
want
to-
me to go in the tunnel?
I'd like
Not
to
yet.
My
Not yet.
Captain.
take a
If
look
you'd
at
like
that tunnel.
to verify everything's dead, aka smash them all, that's perfectly fine.
Captain says smash. Right back,
I have a-
smash.
I'm gonna take my flashlight out and peer down the hole.
Okay. It proceeds down into darkness. It seems to kind of go down and like under the wall, and at the angle that you're at from the deck level, It's hard to really see further than about 10 to 15 feet.
How far down does it drop till it levels out?
It's a gradual slope,
Okay.
and you would say maybe, I don't know, 20 feet, 30, 20, 25
so
feet, something like that.
I wouldn't need a rope to traverse.
No.
Okay.
Hey, I need a quick second, guys. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna take a second too.
We want to take 5?
Can't we?
Yeah, we can.
I need a,
so
It is
folks,
just about 9.
Wash my
we're
hands,
going to
please.
go ahead and take a quick break. So we appreciate it. Stick with us. We will be right back. All right, we are back. Thank you for sticking with us, folks. We really appreciate it. Just a quick break for the crew, and we're back into it. So, standing outside this this hole, what do you guys want to do?
I can avoid the fires, right?
Oh yeah, no, you can avoid the fires. Yeah, you can definitely avoid the fires.
I'm okay.
Did anybody bring a towel? Because you can beat the fires out with it.
So they're just
blanket in my
it's the smoldering after effects of the grenade. It's not really anything you think is going to be too. I mean, obviously, yes, you're concerned about it, but if you stay to the area of the room, like from where you are right now, if you basically head right towards the hole, you're not going to be you're not going to be around any of the fires around the perimeter of the room.
Okay. Well, first, since it's on fire, whenever we first came in here, we gathered up anything that we thought was intel, right? Like any paperwork and same thing, removable media type stuff, PDAs.
Nope.
If not, we'll do that now. If there's something around that is salvageable that looks like it could be part of the research, I'll start picking that up.
Yeah, pick up a couple of charred notebooks, maybe a portable drive or two. They're all definitely going to show the fact that they were in close proximity to a hand grenade. but yeah, there are
those insects are very irresponsible.
Right.
I'll just hide them. I'll if there's anything salvageable, I can look through and see if there's maybe a data drive that's less blackened than the others.
Yeah, I mean, so you think if you're really going to try to figure out what's on them or whatever, you're going to want to do that back at the ship.
True.
Yes, exactly.
But just like looking at the physical state of it, digging through it.
They're solid state devices. You may wind up having to resolder a connector or two just to get them to work. But like, provided that the memory chips aren't damaged, they should still function.
Cool.
But until you take them apart, you're not going to know.
Yep.
Worthwhile sacrifice. But you can still get the data off of them. No problem. Just give me,
All right, so what do you guys want to do?
I'm at the hole. I peered my flashlight
so,
down. I didn't see anything in there. Okay.
Who's gonna
A machine gun ready, and now
and
looking at JT.
I'm switching
the hangar besides.
tune.
Nice.
Say that again, Daystar.
I'm switching over to an eerie, ominous tune.
Why do you do that? The hangar we pretty much cleared, right? Other than the two rooms that on the sides. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. So
Okay.
the hangar's been cleared, except for those two little rooms. I mean, history would tell you they're probably equipment rooms or store rooms, maybe volatile liquids rooms, so where they would keep fuels and oil and stuff like that.
Okay. And you said that my PDA was had a couple extra captain features. Is one of those the ability to broadcast via ship's radio out from with it?
Yeah, I mean,
in other words, could I send a message?
So basically,
Com relay?
Yeah. So the way it would work is you could broadcast back to your dropship, which would then in turn broadcast to your ship in orbit, and then you could ultimately from there broadcast along further.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I want to do, and I don't know if that would be just a captain-only PDA or if everybody has that access, but I'm going to basically send a message back to them saying that this research was not, the Losicom was not due to any kind of malfunctions. They were attacked by insectoids, and I'd mentioned what was it, space cult something? I can't remember. I was going to look back, but the chat's clear, but that group that you named.
The Shadow Star Cult.
Yeah.
Shadow Star Cult. I would say that the Shadow Star Cult is responsible. It appears that they destroyed the lab with some sort of explosive device. We've gathered what we can, and we're going to go into the tunnels looking for survivors, and just for an update.
All right, go ahead and
That's it.
give me a persuasion roll.
Nice cover, Captain. Can I help him?
I want to see how persuasive you
Can
can
I help
be
him?
in your lie about the cultists destroying the lab.
Can,
All right.
can we all help
And-
anyway?
It
I would
does seem
also like to
there's
help.
Something that they.
So, I mean, tell me what skill you would use to help.
We-
So
can
beatbox,
I-
beatbox would be performance.
Piloting.
Yeah, no.
Pilot through this sort of sticky situation.
Nah. So,
Yeah.
Nice. Well, so again, I'm assuming charisma works with persuasion, so I already have a +4.
yep. No, go ahead and roll it. And then take an additional +2 for the aid of your crew.
An additional +2. Okay.
You guys are all aligned in the lie.
We're like
Oh, yeah.
prodding him, like whispering advice in his ear, like
That was mostly truth.
tell him it was. Remember, tell him.
I mean, it was piss poor
Oh,
truth, but it was
All right.
mostly
Success with a raise.
Yep. Yeah. No. It's so you're very persuasive. You feel like whoever answers that's going to be like, damn, damn cultist.
Insects, the worst.
When the insects learn how to use grenades.
Improvised explosive.
All right, and with that being sent off, I think we're ready to proceed down this hole. Again, I'm going to look to the T-Prime, the guys, everyone here, and say, we're going to look for signs of survivors, but if we get too far down and there's no one, we're going to just back out with the research equipment that we have and head back.
Yeah, let's see if we can find the scientists missing.
Is the tunnel large enough for my form?
Yeah.
Okay.
same.
Actually,
both you
how
and
large is it, sir?
beatbox will make it down there, no problem.
Okay, that's large
Especially now that.
Man, it's a huge, that's a huge
So you mean a
opening,
cavern,
right?
not a hole.
Well, especially now that a grenade went off right at the mouth of it, it's definitely wide open.
All part of the plan.
So did you guys want to?
In order, I'll go first. Yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
I'm gonna head
Okay,
in
well,
first.
it's going to be a new map, so hang on 1 second.
Standing by. That sounded eerie. Daystar. That music is very eerie.
Just bear with me 1 second, guys. Just get you your map here.
3.
I got a Benny.
Ooh.
Whoa, underground.
All right.
Obvious.
Let me
Oh
just
shoot.
Captain.
situate this appropriately. Okay. Let's see. Just do.
Stay behind me, Captain, my captain.
All right, we are in
This
business.
is what we get for
Fine. Oh.
this is what we get for landing on a planet called Tomb.
So it is very dark down here. What will you guys do for a source of light?
Oh,
Cap-
Beatbox.
karaoke machine engage. Light show going off.
Nice.
Going everywhere. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you go.
I'm pretty sure this race has dark vision.
I have two things. I have a night vision goggles and a flashlight. Either one would cancel each other out, but
Dang.
Yeah.
One of us have the night vision goggles and then don't shine the flashlight too close.
I know that's what I said. One would cancel the other out. So the flashlight would help the group. So I'm gonna.
That works.
There we go.
You're a better shooter than I am. I'll carry the flashlight. I'll pull out my flashlight.
Actually, I have Ryback has a flashlight as well.
Oh, okay.
I have a
Since I'm
computer.
behind,
I
I
know.
wasn't sure.
Turn the brightness
Got
up really high and like sort of hold it over my head.
All right, so needless to say, flashlights, multiple light sources.
Yep.
Okay.
I got blue lights going every which way. I can't control them, but they're moving all around.
Okay. All right. So just so that you know, so long as Beatbox is providing this music and light show, you are all going to get a +1 static to any trait roll or attack roll that you make.
I feel inspired.
Feel the groove.
So it's sort of an inspiring thing.
Yeah, more or less. It's inspiring, but there is also
We
a
have our own
It's all
detrimental.
good,
Workout
man. I get it.
Limbs,
You will like it.
Ghidorah's just going fucking crazy.
What was that movie Blade where the chick
Yeah.
put the headphones on and just went like on a killing fest? Yeah, we could do that.
Nice.
Let's work it.
We got our walkout music. It's all
We'll,
good.
we'll get
However,
four, like pairs of wireless headphones.
So the detriment is Daystar.
Yes.
Any attack rolls or skill checks other than to inspire or perform a medical procedure are at a -2 for you.
You got yourself a deal.
Don't get hurt.
All right. So you guys enter and you basically light up the cave system.
I'm gonna-
How would you like to proceed?
I'll go
Forward.
1 second. Yes, I'm gonna switch my machine gun for my blaster rifle. Let out. And look behind, see the sound machine going. Feel inspired. I see the group order, and we move forward.
I can go first if you want me to shine the way.
I think you're pretty well lighting up the joint.
Good.
Yeah,
I
light.
didn't want to get shot
I'm
anyways.
feeling the groove, you know.
I'll leave it to the flesh bags.
I'm gonna obviously this is a natural type cavern honed out by creatures. What's
So it looks like it was it. So
excavation, blast marks, anything?
no, there's no blast marks. It looks like it was dug by hand by something.
Burrowed. Okay, all right. So it was created in a sense, and all right. I'm gonna move forward. You know, I was just looking to see if I can notice anything. I have my blaster
Yeah, go ahead and
rifle
give
ready.
me a notice check when you
Yes,
get to kind
sir.
of. Do you see where where it bends right there?
Yep,
So-
I do. In the narrowing point.
Yeah, at the narrowing point, go ahead and give me a notice roll when you get there.
Yes, sir. Let me. Yep. Notice. Come on, notice. Okay.
Okay, so you hear a combination of strange sounds like.
Got it. Chirping and clicking and kind of. All right. Sounds more like more of them.
It
that's
sounds
what
like
was.
more than one creature. They're having a conversation. You kind of hear three distinct, maybe more distinct sounds making. So three distinct sources making that sound.
I
Got
sort of
it.
lean over to Captain Malik, and I say it sounds like they're about to set off some more of their grenade traps.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Might
Not
not
a
be
point
able
to
to
his grenades.
All right. I silently using hand gestures. I signal back to cut the noise.
I reluctantly fade to nothing.
Okay, so with that, your +1s all go away.
Yeah.
So just
I like
so that
disappointed.
you know, only when
No,
the
the beat's still in my heart, man.
only when the music is actively playing will you receive the benefit. As with that, Daystar, your -2 goes away as well.
Copy.
Okay. Okay, that's a neat little game trick. Hmm. All right, so I hear this noise and just trying to see. Do I see anything else in that direction?
Yeah. So here, I'll just go ahead and reveal everything.
I think you could use shift in your mouse and you can actually draw the lines the way you
Yeah,
like.
I know, but
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to do that. But here we go.
Never
I'll
a
go
problem.
ahead and draw some stuff for you here. There you go.
Whoa.
That's what you see.
Yeah.
And so you see a bunch of what look like metal cylinders, maybe tubing, that is laid on its side. It's You've never seen anything like this before. So I mean, I would say maybe common knowledge check. See if you know what those things are.
I have a feeling of a gas common knowledge coming up.
I'll support that roll.
Hey, you know everything.
Did all right.
So these are caskets.
Oh.
So these are basically cylindrical caskets used for kind of disposing of bodies when in space. Look like they've been
Disposing
stored.
of what
down
in
here.
space?
What's that?
Disposing of what in space?
Bodies, dead bodies. They're
Oh, like
caskets.
coffins?
Yeah,
Like,
they're,
I see.
they're metal
Naval
cylindrical,
coffins.
drip
Okay.
coffins.
Okay.
Do they look? Can I tell if they're new or blaster damaged or anything in any way?
They don't look blaster damaged.
Yeah.
They don't look new either. So they're covered in like dirt. They're scuffed. They look to have been kind of dragged here, or I don't know. It's just unusual for them to be here. And with that,
Yeah.
so as you're kind of taking a look at them, a coming into view are a series of insectoid warriors as they make their way from the south. They just come into view and they catch your eye, and with that, we're going to go ahead and trigger the initiative.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and do that.
Ooh, I might get to shoot.
So I will skip that.
Jesus. I'm notoriously poor initiative.
Captain Malik, so they let out a screech and dive for cover as you guys, and they're going to start shooting at you. So Captain Malik, you're up first.
All right. Yeah, I'm just going to say command control. Oh, they all have the same initiative, don't they? So I can't use the tracker. I am going to. Ooh, dang it, I can't see that. So I'm assuming with this, I can't get line of sight onto them, right? Is that correct?
No, because of that curve there.
Okay.
No, so T Prime gets up to there. He catches sight of these guys as they're coming around the corner, and they immediately let out a screech and dive. So you'd have to move up to get a glimpse of them. But you hear their you hear like the screech, which is what triggers you to action.
All right, and correct me if I'm wrong. I can go prone, then also hold my action or hold my turn. Is that correct, or do I need to not go prone and do that?
You can
For
go.
Savage Worlds.
So what were you trying to do?
Well, I'm gonna wait to see if they come in here, or you know, and then if they don't, and my team moves up, then I'll move up with them. But I don't want to run forward.
From where you
so
are,
want to hold them.
You don't really have. I mean, your line of sight would be very limited. I mean, they'd have to basically be right up on T prime for you to get a look at them. Because if you look at where the hallway narrows, there, I mean, your line of sight is going to be very narrow. But you could do it. I'm not trying to discourage you from doing it. You can absolutely go prone and hold your turn.
That makes sense.
But you're not gonna. You're really not gonna be able to see. They're gonna be right on top of you by the time you notice them.
And distance in this setting, that's supposed to be inches, correct?
Yeah, but we're doing it as feet. So
That's 30 feet.
yes.
Okay, so we're actually.
No, that doesn't seem
okay.
right. Hold on.
It's not.
No, that's not right. I don't know why that's not. Okay. Let me double check the distance. But so each circle is 5 feet. So you can go ahead and count it out yourself for now, and I'll sort out the distance here in a second.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I'm gonna move just in front of T prime and go prone.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so the first guy is going to come over here, and he is going to take cover behind this casket. He is going to aim at, well, so he's going to aim at Captain Malik, but he's going to get a pretty significant penalty because you are prone. And then he's going to try to take a shot at you with his blaster rifle. So here we go. He's going to miss. And he's going to duck back behind cover. So that's going to be his turn. Insectoid Warrior 2. Actually, they don't have to be Insectoid Warrior anymore. You know that they're Shadow Star cultists. So he's going to make a break for it. He's going to try to get up to there. And he too is going to try to seek cover. And he's going to try to take a shot at T Prime with his blaster rifle. So here we go. And that is going to be a hit. And he's going to roll his damage. He's going to do 2 wounds to you, T Prime. Do you want to try to soak? You should be prompted. Did you want to soak those wounds? You're taking 2 wounds, T Prime.
Do it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you can go ahead and drop the Benny to soak, right? So basically,
Where do you put this?
If you right-click the beanies,
Yeah.
yeah, and then you right-click the
On the
Bennies
left
and then
one.
use Benny to soak.
Okay.
Lower left one, yeah.
Okay, so you are successful in your soak roll. You are going to soak 5, which means you're going to still have 1 wound, but so you would have taken 2, but now you have 1. Okay, and otherwise you're okay. So you currently have 1 wound.
Okay.
So let's see. Next, moving on, we've got cultist number 3. He's going to go here, and he's going to target the captain as well. And he's going to take his penalty. And then here we go. Oh, Ooh,
Oh, 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 no, stop it, stop it.
that's a hit with multiple raises. So here
Ryback, you're
comes,
the worst.
here comes the damage.
Oh boy! Oh no! Oh no!
What the?
All right.
Jesus!
Captain, I told you.
Everything! Oh god!
All right. So Captain takes a hell of a shot. So let's see. So you're gonna soak, which is gonna leave you with 3 wounds. So that was a bad shot. So you're in tough shape right now. And that's the end of their turn. So Kadura, you're up first.
Kadura
You're up
is
next.
Kadura is not only hot-headed, but also just saw the person who was so kind enough to cover for him just go down in a bloodied mess, and so he's gonna get pretty mad at that. I think he can move there with his full speed,
Okay.
and which one was it? Wasn't it number 2 that hit him?
Yeah, number 2 did the big damage. Actually,
Okay.
no, number 3. Number 3.
Was it number 3?
Yeah.
It was number 3.
I would like to go after the one who actually, hit him.
All right.
And,
So he did not manage to hide after his shot. He had to
Okay,
stand
good.
up to get a good angle on the captain. So he is exposed. So you wouldn't get a penalty to try to shoot at him.
That's perfect, because I'm going to shoot twice. So, oops, I'm in the wrong section here. Combat. First with a blaster rifle.
So.
Oh, because medium range.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I still have the blaster pistol in the other hand, so I'm gonna try that. Again, because he has 4 hands, he gets that free action, but it's another miss. So you sort of, if you imagine him just sort of like sprinting in and firing wildly, there's more passion behind it than straight up targeting. Even though he's a pretty good shot, he's just, not following any of the rules of aiming down the side or anything like that. He's just blasting wildly.
All right, T Prime, you are up. You
Can you hear me?
And you are shaken. Yes, I can hear you. Do you want to drop another
Okay.
Benny to unshake, or do you want to make a spirit roll?
The Benny's an assured thing, right?
Yes. If you drop a Benny, you'll be able to. You can drop a Benny at any time to unshake. So Captain Malik, you're currently shaken as well. If you want to unshake, you can unshake at any time with a Benny. But it allows you to just resume your turn.
Done that.
Okay.
Unbennied the shaken. Do I? That means I can go right away?
Yes,
or?
it does.
That's what I was. I think I remember that hook. Okay. Not trying to do everything here. I just want to sort of get a feel what my options are. If I have my blaster rifle, which was ready, but can I go prone and then fire, or would that
You
be
can,
too much?
but if they're behind the barricades, you're going to suffer a penalty to shoot at them.
I was gonna shoot the guy that was still standing, number 3. According
Sure,
to
or
you,
you can
did
move
not hide.
forward. You can move forward a little bit, go prone
Yeah,
around that bend, and shoot
How
at
far
number
can
2.
I go on this square's hex size? How many can I move forward?
I believe you can move 6.
Okay.
So if
And
you
then
were
you
to
have a run
come
back, you
like
want
here,
to
I'll
run.
give you an example. If you were to come like right here and go
Yeah,
prone,
that's what I was.
then 2 would be straight exposed to you. There'd be nothing in the way.
Yeah, that's
So that would be your
that
best
was
case.
my figure-in thing. Yeah, that's why I was asking about the prone.
Okay.
Okay. We've agreed on that exercise right there. And then that obviously, since 2 is opened up for the shot, I'm gonna go for it.
All right.
And just let me get my combat out, and let me control click his ass. I think he's targeted now.
Yep, he looks targeted.
Alrighty. I gotta roll shooting, right?
That's right.
Yes, here it comes. Ah,
All right,
Nice.
definitely hit.
yeah, let's see. Get my weapon out.
And you get a D6, right, for the raise?
It'll roll it automatically. So,
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Here comes the damage.
At least it should
Nice.
show the raise. All right,
3
so
wounds.
go ahead and roll. Well, yeah. So he's totally annihilated.
Yeah, I've cut him in half.
Yeah. No sense in applying anything else. He's just totally dead.
Done.
All right. So you destroy that guy.
Yes, sir. I
Um,
believe if that ends my turn, if I have no more actions.
yeah. So just so that you guys know, I mean, if you want to do multiple actions, you can totally do that. Just let me know ahead of time, right? So like moving and shooting is not a problem, because moving is one kind of separate thing from taking other actions. But if you want to shoot more than once, then let me know, and we'll apply the appropriate penalties. Right? So if you look at your weapons have a rate of fire. That rate of fire determines how many shots you get in a round. So a blaster rifle, I think, is 1 shot, but the submachine gun is 3. The way you would do the submachine gun is you actually would take the damage and then right-click. Actually, you would take the shooting roll and right-click twice to add 3 shots. And then when you roll your damage, you would take your damage and right-click twice to add the damage, or sorry, you'd roll damage for each of the shots, right? So you'd roll your damage 3 times, because each bullet does its own damage, right? So just remember that when you shoot a weapon that has a rate of fire greater than 1.
There's also a semi-auto aspect to the blaster rifle and
Yep.
pistols, which is, I believe, a double tap.
Well, that's a particular action, right? So a double tap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was assuming, and I didn't bring it up yet because I'm like, we'll get there later. I said page
Sure.
76, something like that.
Yep.
All right, so if I'm beyond my move, I think that's pretty much exhausted it. I'm gonna stay prone and pick my turn. I'll end it.
Go ahead
Put
and
over-
pass your turn if you're done.
Yes.
There we go. Rybacks, you're up.
Okay, so are the 2 remaining cultists behind cover, prone?
If we think
They're
3
not-
stood
they're
up to
not-
shoot Captain.
So number 3 is standing. So the one without any number is in cover. So
Okay.
he is hiding.
Okay.
He's not prone. He's like on his knees. If insects have knees.
All right, so I'm going to take my movement.
Yeah, 20.
2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 times 5.
Yeah, your movement. No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
And then, because I have limited choices, I'm going to draw the laser rifle I had picked up as loot.
Yep.
And I'm going to fire one at the standing cultist.
Cultist number 3.
All right. He's not on my tracker. But
You can control click the tokens themselves.
You can drag and drop the thing over the enemy too.
okay. So there's that, and then I hit him,
All right. Yeah, 4 is a hit.
I
and
could.
then
Sweet.
because I only fired 1 shot, do I? This is just grab
Roll the
one of the.
damage normally. Roll the damage
Okay.
normally.
It's the damage dice are in the actual weapon in combat. There they are.
Hey,
All right. So he is shaken.
take it, baby.
He is not wounded. You didn't defeat his toughness.
Gotcha.
Well, you defeated his toughness, but you didn't get a raise. If you had gotten a raise, you would have killed him. But he is currently shaken. And extras don't use bennies, so he's not going to unshake just yet. So,
Okay.
anything else, Rybacks?
No, that's it.
He's gonna get in front of the captain.
I couldn't. But I am.
know.
I kind of am.
All right, Beatbox, you're up.
All right, Sweet.
You know, we're in combat now. You might want to fire up that, you know, the music.
All in good time. First thing I'm going to do is make sure my captain doesn't take another shot. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to get a smoke grenade going right around him. So people who are ranged might not like my decision, but let me see if I can do this. Right around, right there. That's kind of where I want to throw it. So I don't know if I'm in range to toss it there or not right now.
Oh yeah, you can toss it there.
That's exactly what I want to do. I want to toss
Okay.
a smoke grenade right there.
All right, so no problem. Go ahead. Do you have throwing? Go ahead and give me a throwing roll. Just want to see how accurate you are.
Throwing roll. Let me see here.
Actually, no, athletics. Go ahead and give me an athletics roll. Sorry.
That's right.
Yeah, I forgot for a second there. So throwing is a Savage World Deluxe thing. It's been rolled into
climbing.
athletics. So athletics roll it is.
Same as climbing.
Oh, nailed it. 100%. Right where you wanted it.
That's where I wanted it. Yep.
Pinpoint accuracy.
Now I think that's a large template for it.
Yeah, but since the corridor is narrow, I mean, I can
Yeah.
go ahead and.
Sweet. However big it needs to be, I just want to make sure that area is concealed. Yeah. And now I'm going to crank up the music, and I'm going to advance as far forward as I can. I think I can go 5 because I'm fat.
Yes. You see, yeah, your speed is 5.
Go about right there. Ooh.
Yes. Okay.
And the music's
Out
jamming.
of
The
breath.
swishing pants.
Yes, I'm out of breath. It was a long walk, thank you, and uphill.
All right. So
It was neither of
B-Box.
those things.
And that's condensation from humidity, not sweat.
Yeah, no, it's very humid in these tunnels. So, is that it for you? If so,
Yeah,
go
that's
ahead
it.
and pass
Oh.
your turn, and we'll redeal initiative.
Oh.
Come on, Rybax.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Wait.
So what?
Oh no.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
the
way down there.
Fucking guy gets a joke.
So the cultists get a joker, which is not good for you guys.
No.
So cultist number 1 can't see through the fog, and he can't see T Prime, so he's gonna move. Let's see.
Oh boy.
He's gonna move there because he doesn't, he doesn't see really anybody else. The smoke grenade is kind of filling up the hallway, and really T Prime's the only thing visible. So he's gonna try to take a shot at T Prime, but he's gonna do so at a pretty hefty penalty. So here we go with his roll. Okay, so here's his shooting. Oof. Alright, so he hits.
T-Prime!
But he does not get a raise. So here is his damage. Okay, so that is
Oh, that
3 wounds. I presume T Prime you want to soak that as well.
Yeah.
So go ahead and use your Benny to soak.
I did.
Okay, so you soak away one of those wounds, which will apply. That'll put you at 3 wounds, and you are shaken again. So you can drop your final Benny to go. Actually, it's not your final Benny. So there you go for playing to your character. So you can drop another Benny to unshake immediately if you want, or you can hold off until your turn.
No, I want to well, just doing it now would just be preserving my life in case the other guy was to, well, try and shoot me or something, right?
If you're shaken, and he hits your target number, that would be another wound. Or if you're not shaken, he would have to get a raise.
Yeah,
That's the
so I'm gonna.
benefit
Yeah, I guess
prior
that's
to
what
the
I'm
next
gonna do.
attack.
Use soak.
So,
I soaked. Ooh,
Okay.
minus
So
3.
let's see. So
Minus 3.
this other cultist he is going to try to unshake. He is successful with his vigor roll, but that's all he's going to do this turn. As he gathers his wit, he's going to just duck behind the barrier. Well, no, he's not. He's just going to unshake this turn. So that's going to bring us to T Prime. T Prime, you're currently shaken. Did you drop the Benny to?
I did, but it
Unshake?
didn't. It was rolled a 4 minus 3 gave me 1. I don't know what that was. Why it was minus 3? Maybe because I'm
because you have
wounded.
3 wounds.
Yeah.
Every
Oh.
wound is a negative 1.
Yeah, but
So it's like counted
How
against
do you
me.
soak
Okay.
the wound?
yeah, if you
I
soak it,
did
it doesn't
soak it
remove
with
the
the
shaken
Benny.
unless you get a suitable amount of raises. So you had 3 wounds. It works from wounds to shaken, right? So like if you take 3 wounds, you have to get multiple raises to get rid of those 3 wounds, and then another raise to get rid of the shaken. If you do it during the soak, if you just, I'm looking at. Okay, so it looks like.
Oh, it cost me a Benny.
Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened.
You tried to soak
You
it.
tried to
not
soak again.
remove
So go
the
ahead
shaking.
and so I just gave you the Benny back. So just go ahead and
Okay.
use the Benny. So right click and then use Benny to unshake.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
yeah. I'm
difference,
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I. Duh.
Okay, so
That's
you are
it.
no longer
That's what I
shaken,
did.
but you have 3 wounds. So you got this guy.
Yep.
He is not hidden from you in any way. You'll actually get a +2 to try to hit him because he moved
I
up
could-
into an exposed position.
All right, so.
Are you feeling inspired by my music? Because the music.
Are you
makes
playing
me-
You know
music?
it.
Because you haven't kicked the music back on.
I thought that's what I did after I shot the smoke grenade.
I didn't hear it, but that's okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay,
no,
no
it's
worries.
fine. So your total bonus would be a +3.
Okay, I got the bonus set up +3. Shooting. Yeah. Let me target that guy. Let me get him on the map. Control him. Did I target him?
It looks like it.
Yeah. Wait. Right. Yes, it did. Okay. Now I roll my shooting. Please hit.
That is a hit.
All right.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah. Let me get my gun. Combat. There we go.
Nice.
Oh
Very
yeah,
nice.
crushed him.
More pennies. Bring me pennies. Okay. Kill him. 3 wounds. He's a red shirt, right?
Yeah, no, he's totally dead.
Actually, the upper right half of his shoulder and neck all disintegrated in that shot.
All right, all right. So now we're down to just the one who's currently hiding behind the box, cowering.
I was able to shoot. Can I scooter up to get under cover there?
You can low crawl up behind.
Yeah, that I would. How
to
far
right
can
there
I?
if you want.
Where's that far?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
staying prone, so that I get now some cover.
Yep. No, it'd
Coolness.
be a low crawl, basically.
Yeah, a combat crawl.
Yep. So if you're all set, go ahead and pass your turn.
I think that would definitely set my turn.
All right, beatbox.
Right now, I'm just going to continue jamming, and I'm going to see if I can do anything to tend to the captain's wounds with my healing.
Yeah, you go ahead and move up
Yep.
next to him, like right there, and then
Okay.
you can go ahead and make a healing check.
Will do. And I'm guessing I get a minus penalty because I'm still pumping the jams.
No. So,
Okay.
So your healing rolls are unaffected. So you're
Oh,
able
cool.
to do that while the music is blaring.
All right.
Just any kind of attacks or traits other than healing are going to be affected.
Okay. Sweet.
Take him out.
Okay, so you are successful in treating one of his wounds.
All right. Good.
So Captain Malik now has 2 2 wounds.
How many wounds?
2 wounds.
There we go.
Okay. Anything else, Beatbox?
Nope, that's gonna do it for my turn.
Okay, so go ahead and pass your turn. Alright, so we can skip that one. Rybax, you're up.
Okay. And I'm still in a bit of a fog.
Oh yeah,
effect?
you're like in the middle of a smoke grenade.
All right. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Every once in a while you see a clearing in the smoke and you can make your way up.
Is there there is essentially a dash move, right?
Yeah, so basically you move your speed and then you roll your running die. So if you look at your character sheet, where your pace is, you'll see there's like a D6 next to it. You just grab that D6 and roll it, and that's how many more spaces beyond 6 you can make it if you run.
All right, I'm running.
Okay. So 2 more spaces.
All right.
Okay.
I believe that's all I can do.
That is all you could do. All right, so Captain Malik, you're up.
Okay. I'm comfortable behind this cloud. But I'm going to scream out and taunt them, saying that their bug guns have no effect on us.
Okay. So go ahead and make your intimidation roll at a -4 because they don't speak your language.
All right. Is that... Okay.
I'll get the idea.
You mean the taunt roll? Or persuasion?
Running
Yeah,
on
the
I was
taunt
going to say
roll.
taunt.
The taunt roll.
Okay. Alright, and that's with the... Also, should be a
Actually, no.
minus
You just
2.
roll yours regular. I'll make his check with the with the +4.
Okay. And it's still showing -3 for my wounds. So I have 2 for the... -2 for the wounds. But then I get my... Do I get charisma with the taunt with these guys as well?
Yeah.
And then it'll be a net of +2.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, it's not necessarily...
So he is successful in resisting your taunt.
Yeah, but that's all I'm doing on my turn.
I'm gonna run right through the fog. 2,
Kadora.
5. Yeah. I don't think I'll be able to see him any better if I move here. But I gotta try a shot against him anyway. What penalty would I take for trying to shoot him from there, just with a blaster pistol and rifle?
So that would be a. He's got almost full cover, so I would say that's a minus. I mean, he can't really bend over all the way, so let's just say it's a -4.
Okay. I'm gonna use my flechette gun for
Okay.
this one.
No friendly fire.
I'll do my best, dude.
Well, if you get a 1 on your
Ooh.
trait roll, it will potentially hit Rybax. But well, let's see.
It'll
what
be
happens.
fine. Whoops! Hit it twice there.
All right.
I like this idea.
So both were
Yeah.
misses.
Uh-oh.
I like this idea.
For action.
You're doing good.
Flechette gun.
They both were misses, but neither of them did you roll a 1 on your trait die. So you're fine.
Right. Flechette gun has
He's got a mohawk.
rate of fire is 3, so I get 1 more shot, right?
I like it.
But that's
No
not
chance.
that's not the way you would do it, right? So you
Oh,
so
okay.
you would basically right click it, or sorry, you would drag the attack and then right click twice.
I see.
So like
Uh-huh.
here, let me show you how it would look if you rolled it. I'll roll it as you real quick.
Okay.
Let's see. So,
You missed.
A hit was wonderful. Look at that.
Hit.
Yeah. So
I don't know why it's. Oh, okay.
Oh, coolness.
because when you roll the subsequent, so you only get the wild die once on each attack,
Right.
right? So if you shoot 3 bullets, you still get your shooting die, but you don't get the wild die. You only get the wild die for one of them.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
So, anything
We'll
else you
just
want to do?
Skip that one, and yeah, I'm gonna. Can I throw a hand grenade at him?
At the Yeti?
No.
Yeah.
The Yeti.
Can you do it?
So the blast radius for a hand grenade would probably get T Prime and Rybax.
We'll throw it back against the. Try to throw it back against the eastern wall, about 10 feet behind him.
I don't
I
see
vote
any
yes.
way that this could go bad. So let me show you. Let me show you what the
I'll shoot.
blast looks like.
I'm curious.
Let me,
Sure.
let me-
This will actually be good knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
Sleep spell.
So that's the blast radius of a hand grenade centered on the
Well, it
cultist.
wouldn't hit any people.
If you center on the Yeti, you can get all 3 of them.
People. You heard, I saw what you did there.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. No, I'm just gonna take another shot with -4 with my blaster rifle.
Just center it right here, where that orange.
That's
circle.
what I'm talking about.
Right. Exactly. Just roll it lightly, and just to see what happens. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to roll well here. Not really.
No, that's a miss.
Yeah, -1. That's lots of fun. That's okay. He's just
All right,
He's just
Rybax,
happy to be involved.
you are at the top of the initiative order this time. What would you like to do?
All right, so I'm gonna run up, and as I turn the corner, I'm drawing my monocular sword to try to attack my foe.
All right.
So, is he prone? Do I get an advantage?
He's not.
from
He's
that?
not prone. He's like bent over.
All right, so just a straight up attack.
Yeah, there is no advantage. He would, like, if he were on the ground, if he were prone, it's harder to hit somebody with a sword when they're prone.
True.
So, but he's like bent over, so there's no plus or minus.
All right, so here we go.
hey.
So I want to use a Benny to re-roll. I can do that,
Yep, absolutely. So go ahead and right click. There you go. Use a Benny.
right? All right.
You
I want this to happen. Yes.
Bang!
You got a hit with a raise.
For the raise, baby.
All right.
Extra 6 on it.
And there you go. That's a wound. That's enough to take him out.
Nice.
For my captain. Slice him down.
Good job, Raybax.
And the sounds of battle subside as the final cultist is taken out. And then just draw some stuff here. There we go.
Ghidorah's like, damn it, and he hooks his
More of
grenade
that.
back onto a spell loop.
And kind of huddled in the back of the that like alcove there is a female, and she
Get a
is
grenade.
she is laying down, and she's covering her ears from the sounds of all the combat.
Captain, there's a
Yep.
being in the tunnel ahead.
Looks like an insect.
No.
No. Human, I believe.
All right. I'll start walking forward, limping.
Yeah, same here. Is there...
I skip down the hallway.
Stay behind me, Captain. my captain.
Is this the?
So is this a human that we see down here?
Yeah, I want to see. Is this what's about this woman? Okay, let's see.
Okay, so she pulls her hands down from her ears and she goes, "Oh, thank you. But why the hell did it take? What took you so long? We sent that distress signal days ago. I was, and what did they send? I mean, just this little group. I mean, we told them that there was these insectoids, attacked, and there were just dozens of them."
Oh, sorry, we're a little group. Pack it in, boys. We weren't actually needed here.
Seemed headquarters didn't quite fill us in to what the real story was.
Sorry to disturb you, sir.
Typical.
So Daystar, do you want to move up, or Beatbox, you want to move up?
Yeah.
And we can go ahead and get rid of that. All right. So she starts to calm down, and she says, "Several months ago, a Jump Corp team found some kind of artifact on this star-forsaken planet, but they couldn't figure out what it was. So Jump Corp sent Dr. Zarin to take a look. I'm his assistant, so I had to come too. I'm not a scientist. I manage data storage and organization, that kind of thing. Anyway, the doctor arrived and decided it was some kind of ancient computer and that it held a mathematical formula, something no one had ever seen before. He called it the Enigma equation. Then he had another breakthrough. He figured out it had something to do with a star called Umbra. Not the star here, somewhere else, I think. Then about 2 weeks ago, he took half the security team and went to take a look. A week later, these bugs show up. The guard Zarin left with me held out for days, but we were eventually overwhelmed. They didn't make it. I didn't tell the bugs where Zarin went for 2 whole days, but eventually they got it out of me. Most took off after the doc, but some stayed behind to keep an eye on me for some reason. So, do you guys know where the doc is? Is he okay?" As she kind of waits for an
Ma'am,
answer.
we apparently these bugs that like to use explosives took out the signal, because all we got was a comms out call. So we were just coming here to investigate why you were comms out. So we'll gather all of. Are there any other survivors? Or are you the only one?
As far as I know, I think it was just me and the guards, and they built a barricade at the entrance to the hole, and eventually I imagine the insects overran them.
Yeah. So if you want to gather your things, we'll take you on board. There's no sense in you staying here on the planet, and I just assume get off this insect-infested planet.
Well,
sooner rather than later.
There may be some information on the computer at the lab. We can stop there and
in the lab, like that room.
Yes. Why?
I think the insects they kind of messed that one up, but we'll look.
Well, there's a backup system.
Oh, perfect.
We'll take a look
in the doctor's chambers, but it may hold some information about where he went. If we can stop there before we go, I would appreciate it. Dr. Zarin is eccentric, no doubt, but he is a good man and doesn't deserve to suffer a fate at the hands of these horrible creatures.
I agree.
Captain.
Seems like a swell guy.
Maybe Daystar should do a cavity search to ensure no eggs were laid in this one.
You told me protocol.
I assure you, I do not need any cavity searches.
Never can be too safe.
I do appreciate the offer, though, but it has been a while. It's just me and the doctor, after all, and, well, Like
No,
I
no,
said,
no. We're
he's
serious. Let me
eccentric.
check your teeth.
Maybe just a simple scan.
May I inspect the bodies of the cultists?
Yeah.
I'm more into the necrophilia kind of thing.
So yeah, so you find some more.
Now you just made it weird.
Yeah.
It wasn't
No, I
already.
just made it weird.
It's just safety
Okay,
protocol.
so I'm looking at the cultist bodies.
So 3 more blaster rifles and the equivalent of 300 in gold. Or gold. Wow. 300
Yeah.
in credits.
In credits, 3 green in credits, 3 blaster rifles.
Right.
And,
So what I'll do,
I'll
I mean,
start
for the
peeking in
sake of
these
time,
caskets while
it's
he's doing
it's
that.
already after 10. So for the sake of time, let me just kind of catch you guys up. So
Sure.
so you swing. So you go to the lab, and as you expected, the lab computer is toast. Right. I mean, it's she comes up there and she's like, "What happened?"
Insects. It's crazy.
And
Cultists.
And so you make it to the doctor's the doctor's room, and she picks up the backup, and it has some astronavigation charts that will lead you to Umbra, which is where she believes the doctor went.
Last report.
So she's going to request that you guys head to Umbra as soon as possible. That the doctor's research that he took with him is of critical importance, and that you guys absolutely need to go and find him and bring home that research as well as the doctor. So she is going to plead to you for you guys to go and find the doctor and help bring him and his research back.
Okay.
But
All right.
that is where we're going to pause for tonight. So,
Okay.
I really appreciate it. Thanks everybody for catching the stream.
This is amazing.
We had a great time. Looking forward to next week. We hope you guys all enjoyed it. But until then, all right. Good night from the Gamma Quadrant, and we'll see you again next week.